ground, shaking underneath, trying to take me alive. Get ready for the fallout. Can't stop me now. I got no rival. I'ma fight my way through the blood and pain game of survival. Any time or place, watch 'em run away. I got none. I'll be standing on my own, never gonna take my throne. I got no rival. Watch 'em run away. I got no, no, no. I got no, no, no rival. Tell me now, what you gon' do? We can do this face to face. The reckoning is coming real soon. Doesn't matter what you say. Try to tell you this is my moment. Can't take mine 'cause I own it. Don't you know that I'm locked and unloaded? You're out of focus. Get ready for the fallout. Can't stop me now. I got no rival. I'ma find my way through the blood and pain game of survival. Any time or place, watch 'em run away. I got no. I'll be standing on my own, never gonna take my phone. I got no rival. Watch 'em run away. I got no, no, no. I got no, no, no rival. No rival. I got no, no rival. No rival. I've been trying to fight the demons in my mind. I'll prevail with every battle if I'm right. Guess my aim was off, the target's out of sight. Would I be better if I left it all behind? 'Cause we can find a way, we can find a way. Find another place where we can just escape. We could find a way, we could find a way. Find another place where we can just escape. We could find a way. We can find a way, we can find a way. Find another place where we can just escape. We can find a way, we can find a way.
Welcome, Smite fans, to Camelot Smite League Season 1 Grand Finals of the Arthur Division. My name is Phoenix. I am here with Boom and Wolfie on the cameras, and we are ready for a fun and exciting set that we see today. Boom, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Just got home from work. That's always good.
Huge. All right. Well, we're getting directly into picks and bands. We don't even have time for a desk today. We are heading straight in. We got a few bands locked in, but in general, realistically, they are exactly what you would be expected to be seeing. You are going to see Kali Ben on the side of Flaming Tanukis. It is the sneaky tax. It is significantly every single season you see it. Kali's going to get banned.
Yeah, not surprised to see the Vomina either here, because that was the problem in their semis. Was Vomina. They let Vomina through the first two games, let it be top picked against them, and then just got absolutely rolled by it. So at least they are learning from that. The Tanukis, that is. Pretty straight bands coming out from the Jesters here. Thor, Herc, Chanji, all very powerful in their own right. Plus Poseidon straight up carried Herc as Herc one game. And then the top pick of the top ADC right now in Hachiman is not at all surprising to see.
I am so baffled that Minnie decides to go for a first pick Hachi. I am shocked, quite honestly. But actually, something important to note. So there is a substitute for the Flaming Tanukis. The expert is coming up from the Merlin division to take over that solo lane, and Poseidon is going into the carry role. Not sure what was up with Pandas, but that is their roster for today. And for those of you that might be confused, is there Jirbo and Jerbear? I think he does it just to hate me.
Oh no.
Genuinely. Jirbo, or Jirbu, if you will, also known as Jerby Man, also known as TTT, also known as whatever the heck you would like to call him this week.
Our deed shall be
still the same
written
person.
in legend.
We have a few more picks that are
This
getting
is one tale
locked
you
in
don't
and
want to
such. We
chase,
got
darling.
Martinkerus picked up on the side of the Flaming Tanukis, as well as the Yamoja.
Yeah, just extremely strong. The Meticulous has that benefit of being also able to be flexed into the ADC role or the mid role. You see him more in mid, but it doesn't. You cannot count out his ADC because he can just absolutely dominate a lane. Probably one of the few hunters right now that can actually box Hachiman. The other one is Rama, who I would not be surprised to see here. The Sercat Guan,
The
really
law
good dive coming
returns
out
to this
off
land.
of them. Sercat just insane one-shot potential right now with the additional 30% crit. And you do see a tier locked in for expert, or at least I assume this could be. Listen, this could be Yamoja mid tier support.
I don't know if you've seen Tier since the changes, but
He is.
boy,
I've played tier since the changes. He is disgusting.
It's a little much, to say the very least. Tier's picked up as a very, very strong soul laner with the additions of the stun on his stance, as well as I believe the bonus damage on the other.
I think it's 25% increased bonus damage, which isn't huge, but it's not something to sneeze at either. It can definitely affect getting certain kills, or maybe just getting them just in the threshold side where you can ult Fearless into the knockup and then switch to blue stance if that is what you prefer, as that's what you're in for. I've personally liked this to go in stun, then switch to your Fearless stance. Yes, you're losing out on two abilities, but most of the time when you're late game, you have enough cooldown to the point where once you get done that Fearless into knockup combo, you have the stance switch back to your blue anyway.
Mm-hmm. I absolutely agree. I think why he needed extra CC, I'm not quite sure, but you know what? We're gonna get to see expert pilot that today. See some other bands come through. Very much the ROM. So the ROM we did mention is indeed banned out, so that option is no longer available for Poseidon. So we'll see what he decides to go with. Jingwei also gotten rid of, a fairly strong ADC, but
I would imagine we see an Izanami here for ADC, just because she's like the last top one I can think about. As instead, it looks like the Martigrus will be going into that ADC lane. I was talking about how he is one of the few ones that can outbox Hachiman. And just, like I said, you have that flex potential with him. And it says the Giannis getting locked in for Raikou, which is one of, I believe, his premier picks.
It is indeed Raikou, or also known as Cody. I will make sure that I don't call him Cody during the state of this thing. It's force of habit. I need to actually use their smite names, their government smite names. as you put it. But very well versed on the Giannis. Also one of my personal favorite gods in the entire game. I love seeing good Giannis play. It is fascinating to me. But we are going to see a hover on the Hera.
I don't imagine we see this locked in. Might just be trolling a bit.
I don't know,
but
maybe?
it's safe. You get an extra person in the team fight, and no, they're switching to Agni, which I imagine would get locked in here, and the Nox support getting locked in as well. Nox, the silence is so good. Really good into tier because you can cripple him with your 1, silence him with your 2. Just not something you want to go into as a tier player. Cripple Giannis 1 as well. Really good at just shutting down these high mobility characters if you can hit that one. Is a skill shot, but we're in Arthur division. If you don't hit it, then you know.
Ooh. I can't say I love it yet.
Time to eat.
I don't know. I'm not quite sure that I love the Bakasura pickup personally, but because I'm seeing Bakasura into a knock silence, Agni bomb, Circuit ult, and then bye bye Bakasura. That's what I'm foreseeing, but we'll kind of see when we get into game. But overall, pick wise, we're seeing the 10 gods that we're going to be seeing in this game of Smite here. Boom. Who you got?
Who do I got? That's a very tough question because I like both of these drafts. I think if the Flaming Tanukis get this comp, because they seem to be, from what I imagine, the Flaming Tanukis are going to want to go in and out of these team fights, constantly hitting up with the Gamoja. While I think that the 5v5s does favor the Royal Jesters here because they just have such a volatile team fight with a Nox Silence, Nox Cripple into Guan Yu Stun, Circuit ult. So in the 5v5, I do favor the Jesters. However, if the Tanukis can get what I would imagine their comp would be, which is constantly weaving in and out of these fights, if they're allowed to do that, I gotta favor the Tanukis.
Oh, there we go. We're going to be getting into game very soon, but before we do that, a little bit of a chat about our picks here. So, I don't know. Personally, I'm not sure if I didn't know that gods were banned, I wouldn't have been able to tell because both drafts are incredibly good. Then that is even with some top picks taken off the table: the Thor, the Hercules, the Hubwa, the Vaman. Sorry, I'm working on it. And Mr. Siki's Kali. So very strange seeing top picks taken off the board, but also seeing 10 very extremely strong picks here in every lane. But as you say that, I don't know where I was going with that.
No, I do.
The train left the station, and then it fell directly off the rails. So.
I get that. That happens to me all the time, while I'm on the train too. But no, I completely agree. These two drafts are just so strong. If I had to be, what are the 2 best team comps in Smite right now? It might be this, but what we gotta, I mean, right now this is game 1 of a best of 5 set, so it's a lot about feeling out what your opponent is working towards that day, what your opponent to play that day. And I think what it is, you have so much data on both of these teams of knowing what the enemy, what they want, that it might lead to something that is considered meta slipping through the cracks. However, I am a believer in comfort more than meta. So if you are more comfortable on a pick, you're going to do better on it than say if it's the best in that particular role. For instance, we had Merlin that was available at the end of this draft, but neither mid picks it up. Why? They might just not be comfortable with it. And if that's the case, I'd rather see something like this Agni, like this Giannis, than a Merlin if it's going to result in better play for you.
It's a little interesting as Helen who popped in during his set. I think he accidentally tried to click on cast communication and came into the chat. But we are in game, ladies and gentlemen. So we are ready. We have a little bit of a pause. That is great English. I'm glad I don't teach English. Anyway, so as we're going to start very soon, we have Jirbo in the solo lane on the Guan Yu, Mr. Sneaky 4 in the what's it called? Jungle. I could not English. Trying to figure out what's going on as we're as we're going through, but looks like we got a little bit of pause, so we got a couple seconds to talk about where we're starting things out here. We do see the traditional Lonos mask on the Nox. Everything else so far so standard from what I can see.
Yeah, I'm glad that we have this Giannis going this conduit gem into Chronos Pendant build. That's just what Giannis is strongest with. As I think you also infected me with the not being able to speak English. But Agni going towards the more Sands of Time, Deso build. Giannis, you're going to see his 2. He only has really 1 damaging ability. Might as well make that damage ability hit like an absolute truck, which is what we see. Horrific Emblem coming out from the Nox, which is not surprising in the slightest. Is probably the strongest support of Relic right now coming out. I'm hoping to see a Shell come out, especially against the Bakasura in second Relic, but I can see wanting the Horrific first. Horrific does fill that defensive Relic while also, frankly, being one of the more offensive Relics as well from support. It's just the best of both worlds kind of scenario coming out here.
As you said with the Giannis build, we are probably most likely going to see some variation of Conduit Gem into Chronos Pendant, into Desolation, into Staff of Beard and Soul Reaver, Rada Tahuti, some variation of that. The build is very, very strong. It is quite fun to go behind a wall, charge up your through space and time, pop through a wall, hit them with your ultimate and your 2, and then they're dead. So
that's not fun for me.
And then be able to get out, which is always fun.
I'm the jungle in that case. I'm the one that gets yelled at. Why did that Giannis be behind the wall? I don't know, man. Like
it do be crazy.
Giannis, Giannis is one of the most annoying characters to have to chase down as any jungle. I get frustrated so easily with that character.
My favorite is just running around the map and farming, because why stay in lane if you can roam around the map like a Speedy McSpeederson over here? But
yeah.
Speaking of speed, though, we do see the Bakasura locked in, so I don't know. We'll see how well Drowsy gets to play the PvE game. Mr. Siki as well, very much known for his farming ability. So we'll kind of see how these junglers go, because typically you don't usually see them ganking necessarily very early, especially Bakasura. But
speaking about early, we're seeing a different start come out here from the Royal Jesters. It looks like their mid is starting the back left speeds, and they're going to have their jungle and solo converge on that right side back Harpy camps, as you see right here. I don't think anything really comes of it. I think it puts the jungle a bit ahead versus putting the mid a bit ahead. Both will still hit level 2 heading to lane. It doesn't look faster than the other start, but yeah, this does put your jungle ahead instead of putting your mid ahead. So it looks like they're looking to play through Sneaky, is my guess, at least early on.
Which would not be shocked about, but such is the way it is. We are gonna see, yeah, as you said, they're gonna want to play through Sneaky. Sneaky is known as a premier jungler in pretty much any amateur league he's ever been a part of. So
never heard of him. Who's the Sneaky guy?
Wait, actually, or no?
I mean, this is my second season of competitive Smite ever. So
okay. So long storied history of being a very talented jungler in shot color. So it's good to see that teams still have faith in everything he's able to do. Multiple championships, multiple wins. I've only ever really spoken to him once. He's like a genuine person, but
he's not a robot. That's always nice to hear.
That is true. He does not seem like a robot. He is an actual person. It's crazy. As you see, we do see a little bit of possible movement over on the solo side of the map. Mr. Sinky does go over and take that cooldown buff away. I keep on wanting to call it the shield buff, but that's the other side of the map. I mean, so far, so farming. I mean, Serket's going to be stealing away a little bit of farm from the Bakasura, but they're going to be splitting. Actually, Bakasura is going to be a little bit ahead out of this because he is getting the left side camps all by his lonesome.
Yeah, I think Baga might be a little bit ahead in that trade. Serket takes both roaming harpies, or all 4 roaming harpies, I guess. Both split a buff. I think that favors Bakasura, especially because he did solo it. What I'm more interested in is this Marta course does not have beads for the next 2 minutes. I'm wondering how fast can Sneaky get on online, and can you get there? And before the Martyrs has beads up again or ult.
I would not necessarily be surprised to see him, but I think Sneaky's looking over at solo lane, possibly looking for just a blue buff secure to make sure the tier does not try to engage anything fancy. As I said before, Sneaky is going to be on every buff timer. That is the level of player that we were talking about. That is the way he plays the game, and it's worked for him so far. I mean, they
got to finals.
Yeah, they got, as I said, they got to finals. And this is the team that 3-0'd in semis as well. This was not a reverse sweep 3-2. This was a commanding victory 3-0 over, I believe, Ice Age, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, I believe so.
Okay.
This is also the team that does have 4 out of the 5 top, I guess, #1 role stars in Arthur, as voted for by everybody in Camelot. So I mean, that's high praise coming out for this team. I would imagine the favorites coming into this.
Yeah, I would definitely say.
You do see 2 ults coming out. We have Tanukis hit 5. It's do only hit 5. I imagine Jesters are gonna hit it now. Off this week. If they don't, this could be an easy purple invade though from the Tanukis. Sneaky is rotating over.
They are gonna see the purple invade, but Sneaky is here to support. We're gonna see the silence does come out. Sneaky's in. Martikers is popped out. The depth from above is going really difficult here. Yamoja pops the Riptide. Nox goes in. Yamoja's one shot. There's no way she lives. Oh my lord. Yamoja does not live. Mini goes down as well. Gerber gets another kill, and Cirquette is trying to... gets the last... Not the last breath, that's the ult. Very good route there from the Nox, but unfortunately for them, to be honest, it's going to live, but a 2-for-1 in favor of the Royal Jesters.
Also, first blood coming out from the Royal Jesters. That's where you see the lead expand. However, I think Drowsy might have just heard Sneaky on those backs. He's hunting.
Stasis mode.
I love this mode.
Mode.
We can break down the fight at the very least. Just invade. Great, beautiful, horrific coming out from Gerber to slow down that, slow down and reduce the attack speed of both the dual lanes. Looks like we're going back. Yeah, Drowsy is hunting, gives up the chase, knows he can't. But just beautiful, horrific going into it. Sneaky at the right place at the right time, able to get it. You don't like both kills going to the Nox, but
not ideal.
Not ideal, but at least the very least everybody gets 2 assists, even Mini, which is going to really help. I'm interesting to see how much of an XP differential that's going to cause in the carry, because you have 1 kill going on to plus side here.
Fearless is out, but it looks like Tier secured it, because there's no reason why they would have picked it up. Yeah, Tier does take it. Here comes Bakasura with the Blink ultimate. He goes in, does eat the minion. Guan Yu's brought to about 2/3 HP, but is not enough to take him out. They do invade the blue buff properly and get some more gold in the pockets of the Flaming Tanukis. About 220-ish gold lead, so nothing really to... sneeze at. The Tanukis have been farming very well and making sure that 2-1 did not necessarily go too horribly in the other team's favor.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you've already cut down the first blood bounty to about half of what it's supposed to be, and you even lost a kill on top of it. So just really good macro game from the Tanukis coming out here. You expend a Blink ult for that blue buff, which isn't the best to not get a kill or any sort of relic out, but at the end of the day, you get the blue buff. The Guan's behind. Guan, who loves MP5, is already half. You see, he's already half mana. Might force it back a little bit early, or it could let Expert maybe even get a kill. You don't really see that coming out in the solo lane anymore, just because there's no damage. So
that's very true.
But I could see a Tier being the one to kill anybody if it is.
That is very true, but we are seeing everything on the board so far. The only XP lead in terms of levels is right now the Nox over the Emoja, which is not quite that surprising. Nox deciding to opt for the Gauntlet of Thebes as opposed to the Prophetic Cloak on the Emoja, so a little bit of a difference there. Nox looking for a little bit of a cheeky gank over on the Martikers. Is the Silence Field going to come out? Nope, it does not. Goes for the root, and it does not land one day I'll remember what the abilities of Noxus are called. One day.
I just call it Big Circle Silence and Skill Shot, and that's basically it. Expert, just no fear. At their tier 2, you don't see this too often. You don't see it so often. I actually forget what it's called. Does look like Tanukis are calling Sneaky over there, but it's a tier. You're not
proxying the wave.
Yeah, proxy. There you go.
Actually no. There's no kerfuffle at all. Tier's just gonna walk away for free.
Yeah, you see 3-person rotate. Actually, might get caught out here. Really good Riptide.
Oh, he dashes away, but he dashes into 3 people. There's an ult through space and time over the wall. Giannis is in, but Giannis is low. Is there enough? Yamoja takes out the Agni, and we're gonna see maybe a little more of a fight. The Shadow Lock comes out, and Giannis is one auto attack away from
getting another kill.
Takes him down. Nox is 3-0. The only kills on the side of Royal Jesters all on Gerbear. Tier looks to be locked down a little bit. Protections are stolen by the Tallow Assault. He's going to be dashing in, but here comes the Fearless. Oh boy, Serket goes down. And Guan Yu may be very shortly after. Nope, he's alive. Flaming Tanukis to turn it around.
Yeah, just a really good fight. Catching the Agni out. They were 3-man rotating to try and secure the blue buff that I think they just lost. Yeah, they did just lose it. 3-man rotating, and then Agni gets caught out from another 3-man rotate on the mid buff. Tigris does like a just beautiful Riptide coming out. It gets hit. Agni tries to rotate out. Really good dash, but gets hit through the space and time. And once you get hit by that ultimate this early in the game, any point in the game, you're probably just dead. Stalls out just long enough for his team to get here. Expert hits a beautiful 3-man ult, which can now stun, which led to Sneaky getting low. Chase down ensues. Sneaky comes back after that blue buff. He got the blue buff. He was about to get away, but I think he thought Expert was a little bit too far forward. Expert did have backup from the boys and dies because of it.
But you know, I think if you're the Flaming Tanukis, you are very much happy with that. You're now in a gold lead instead of a gold deficit, so it's not by much. But things have definitely now gone in the favor of the Tanukis. Kills are even. Gold is pretty much within 1 kill a difference, so it's really not too crazy. We're going to be seeing people posturing for a Gold Fury, which it's not really quite too early for one, but Mini's not really in position for it, so they're not going to quite go for it. But Serket might have found out Bakasura, but Sneaky dashes away.
Yes, the auto at the air always scares me too from a Bakasura. It does look like Sneaky. Word Vision definitely favoring the Jesters on this map. As you can see, the circle of summoning that they have around this Gold Fury.
That is very true. But it looks like we might be getting into a little bit of a scuffle over here. The Marticrist damage is good from the side of Poseidon. Oh, the Space and Time is used just to get him over to the fight. Actually, no, he didn't even go over to the fight. He just used it. So what Reiku did there was use the ult just in case people needed to get out. But the Bakasura is looking for the Hachi. Ultimate is used, but the cavalry, it's not cavalry charge. Mounted archery?
I think that's the one. That sounds about right.
Mounted archery is used by Mini to get out perfectly. But a good quarter from the Giannis to keep the Agni away. But an apple a day does not keep Reiku away from the gray screen. Helen, who traded out as well. We're going to keep possibly fighting. Bakasura may have the leap to go and kill Mr. Sneaky over the wall. Does not have it. They're going to actually look over at these camps instead and back to farming.
I think I know why they call him Mr. Sneaky now. He just sneaks out of every single fight at 1 HP. Like, almost every single fight, he gets to 1 HP and then he just gets out. It's just such a nice thing to have that as a jungle. It does look like this Marticrist is no beads. Is going to get locked down.
He's gone. There's no way.
Goodbye,
Poseidon. You will be remembered as the Marticrist that could. But unfortunately, back to the base for 20 seconds with you. And we go back to our usual farming simulator in year 10 of Smite.
And we're farming for the next 20 minutes. All right, guys. Good talk. None of us can take Gold Fury. Actually, talking about Gold Fury, does look like Jesters. I'm really surprised. I guess they don't see anybody on the map. Word Vision, at least the Tanukis have some better wards right now around this gold tier than it was before. But still does favor the Jesters. I just don't think they had vision on it, but Tanukis, because they had a free gold fury there if they knew about it.
Yeah, unfortunately, we have the wonderful advantage of not having the proverbial fog of war. If
You don't have an overhead view when you play Smite?
No, I wish. That would actually maybe make me get out of flat, but unfortunately, that is not the case.
See, I just don't play ranked.
They decayed.
See, I just don't play ranked, so I can never be stuck.
Yeah, I didn't play ranked for a long time, and then I did for a little bit, and then I didn't again. So that's just the way it is. But definitely looking to posture for a Gold Fury fight now. There are multiple people over. The solo laners are still over in their own lanes. Gerbo, this is the proxy party over in the side of solo lane. They're having fun proxying each other's waves and just kind of letting the minions go. We're gonna see the expert go farm a little more, but as we say that, we're gonna be going over to get the not Oracle Vision quite yet. I forget when Oracle Vision spawns.
No, that was Oracle's.
Oh, nope, that was it. Okay.
Is it 10
minutes? I think it's 10 minutes.
I believe so.
Okay, that would make sense.
I think this farming simulator in solo lane, if I'm Gerbo, definitely worries me because Expert has been able to have blink beads now while I went TP. Now TP is great, but you really do get it just so that way you can constantly back and go forward. Did you see a fight break out?
Fight that. Mr. Sneaky just takes out Drowsy for pretty much free. I mean, the ultimate is expended. The last breath is on the Emoja, and Diamond Kep goes down as well. But the through space and time directly to the dome piece. Mini goes down. Marseeker's up in the air with the death from above, I think. Dash from Helenu. Is it enough? Oh, the flame wave is good, but unfortunately there is not a bomb to follow.
I guess was used there, though. Both relics out from this Martigerus makes him extremely unsafe. And Sneaky, again, getting out with 1 HP. This guy is insane.
I don't know how he keeps doing it, but he's doing it.
I think 2 movement
so be it.
Definitely helps from the circuit.
Absolutely. We are going to see the Transcendence into Stone of Binding from the Circuit, so a little bit of a health and tank increase from the Circuit, but also a little bit of extra bonus damage on the side of the Royal Jesters as a whole. But so far, we do see the double flat pen out for Agni. It is fully locked in and going into probably a Rata 2 hoodie after.
Yeah, that's what I would imagine. I think the thing I know why, but it's still strange to see, is definitely Gerber picking up this tier 1. I forget what it isn't the Manticore Spike? Yeah, tier 1 like Manticore Spike, that kind of. I don't think you'll see her go into any item there. It's 400 gold, 15 MP5. It's just a really good tier 1 that you don't feel bad about ever picking up if you need that MP5.
Absolutely, especially when you have all that free gold from the 4 kills on the side of the box.
4 kills now? Oh my God.
It's 4 kills. 4 out of the more than half of the kills on the Royal Jesters are on the back of our Nox support with a Spirit Robe and a Gauntlet of Thieves. But you know,
a third of the kills.
Does anybody to have a 2-level lead? We love the fact that it's Nox because then Nox definitely will not be dying anytime soon. But
yeah, Nox is, I played against a Nox the other day, and they just didn't die. And I was like, how? You're squishy. It baffles my brain. It really is. Yeah, you're going to see, like I said, Sneaky is going to go into this, like, the Circuit build that you do see. Everybody goes to, is it Pyro? They do have vision on this, so you're going to see this Agni come over.
Agni and Circuit are here. Helenu and Sneaky just making sure they don't get anything out of it. Flame Wave into the Noxious Fumes is enough to make the tier go back out with his tail between his legs. And we might see Nox cut out. Just kidding. The Shadow Lock from Gerber is good to keep the Bakasura at bay.
I thought they were going to run and go try the Gold Fury. They were like, all right, you guys got one. We'll do the other.
You guys tried one, and we're gonna go over here. And just kidding. Nope, we can't. There's too many people. So we're gonna see a little bit of a scuffle over the solo lane buffs and things. Or actually, they're just back to
They just don't care about each other. Good Diamond Caffrey?
Fighting Circuit? Nope, and Sneaky leaves.
Three people
but
are
he's hating the fact that they're doing a Gold Fury right now.
Guan's also over here.
Bombs are being used. It is secured by the Royal Jesters. Guan Yu there to zone, but it's not even necessary. Free Gold Fury over to the side of Royal Jesters, and they're going to look for some other farm outside. Agni comes back in to the side of the mid lane to try and see if they can get anything else, but unfortunately, there's nothing to be had. But Bakasur, Soul, and Pyromancer.
This is dangerous. Yeah. Oh, beautiful Blink Fearless coming out from Expert, though.
Oh, and Helenu gets out. He uses the Path of Flames to get out. Umoja with a beautiful River's Rebuke, but unfortunately, it's not quite enough. But Circuit uses the last breath to try and get the last hit of the Umoja, and it's not enough. The anti-heal, while good, unfortunately doesn't do enough damage, but the Lawbringer over the wall does get absolute butt kiss, unfortunately, and Expert has to walk away from that. Not feeling too good about it.
No, but you have 30% cooldown, plus he's actually even almost at 40% because of Warrior passive. I was playing in Solo Lane the other day, and I forgot Warriors had that passive, and I was building 40% cooldown. And I just didn't feel smart.
Wait, they do?
Yeah. No.
You can tell how much the mid ADC player plays Warriors. So.
Yeah, no,
That's
Warriors
fun.
get it's like the passive that everybody you know how we class as the passive. Warriors is cooldown. Jungles is flat pen. Supports is CC protection, which is just like a joke. Mid's just power, and ADCs I believe is just your autos do more damage as you level up.
Yep. I
Look at
remember
me,
everybody else's, but for some reason I forgot that Solo was that. But we're gonna see a little
I play Solo
but the
Lane, and I
blink
forget
in
it.
from Bakasura going on to the side of Gerber. Does Gerber get shut down here? The Night Terror is good. Fortunately, Lawbringer over the wall. Helenu goes down. My apologies. And Gerber lives again. Oh, Tyr in the backline though. Expert fighting both Gerber and Mr. Sneaky, but he does not really care. Fearless does miss. Unfortunately, it is not to be had. Not an objective either. They're gonna try to possibly start it up here.
I think they're waiting for the carry to rotate in because Mini is also here. Yeah, Expert does not care that he is surrounded by two people. He has Onis, he has Spirit Robe, he has the mitts to be able to tank this. Sneaky ult.
As we say that, Umoja, good by Mr. Sneaky brought down very low as well. The Fearless is almost good. It just ever so slightly misses it. Mr. Sneaky gets away with a 3rd HP again. But Bakasura going into the Marticarus. Marticarus does... Oh, wait, sorry. Bakasura and Marticarus are on the same team. My apologies. We do see that Turbo trying to dive the Marticarus does go down. It's very hard to see. Hachiman dives in. Mini gets the damage. Helenu gets the kill. Another kill on the side of Royal Jesters. It is still dead even in terms of gold.
Yeah, Expert does DC. I was wondering where he was going after that fight. That's unfortunate. Yeah, dead even gold. Raikou hitting a beautiful through space and time that fight. Just not enough. The ult 2 combo was just not enough to be able to kill Mini and Gerber. Maybe if he has an item more. Looking at relics, though, I definitely think that fight did favor the Jesters. I think it's a 1-for-1 at the end of it. Yeah, 1-for-1 at the end of it. Solo for mid, but two or three TKOs on the Jester side with Gerber, Mini, and Sneaky. So I'm looking for the Tanukis to come over here with this Marticarus, with this Bakasura, and probably take the Pyro, or at least force something else out from the Jesters team. Your Agni doesn't have beads for 10 seconds, and Aegis for 90. I don't think they know about that 10-second beads. If they did, this is a dangerous place for this Agni to be in. But if it's not, it's not too hard to just be like, oh no, we didn't get those 10 seconds. Didn't utilize our time correctly.
Exactly. So a little bit of a pause while we wait for Expert to return into the game. That is kind of the fun of live casting, but taking stock into the game, I mean, so far everything's fairly better standard. But something I did notice is Drowsy opted for the 2nd item, Deathbringer, on Bakasura.
It might have been that just he had enough gold when he backed to do it. That just happens sometimes. I don't think there's a reason to go into it first otherwise, except, yeah, I would just imagine he had the gold, you backed, you're like, oh, well, this is nice. Yeah, sure, I can deal with this. And so you pick it up. Instead, it's not like Sneaky going Deathbringer. You obviously want that on Circuit because that's the only crit item that you're going. I think I'm not saying the Deathbringer has cost Drowsy kills, but Boomerang would be very nice because of the movement speed that it does grant you. So I'm surprised he didn't go that at least in his next slot. You might see this Bakasur struggle to catch up, unless he does go this Hasten in this fourth, which some Bakasuras do like, which I can understand. You go the Hasten fourth, you catch up to your people anyway, and now you have the movement speed as well, and the crit as well.
All right. Well, we look to be getting back into game fairly shortly. Expert is back, but talking to this game, I can actually count. There is a 25 gold difference between these two teams.
Gonna matter. That's half a ward.
That is unbelievable that this game is still pretty much dead even. We'll see the XP graphs very soon. Just out of curiosity to see where those graphs lie. About 2,000 experience in the pockets of Royal Jesters. So they do have a little bit of a lead, but my math was correct. It is a 25 gold lead ish to the Flaming Tanukis as we get back into game. We're seeing a whole bunch of stuff. Bakasura brought very low from that bomb. The rainfire from Helenu. The names are messing me up.
I am surprised we don't see them still continue to pull out with the Expert there. It was just Helenu there.
I think they're just nervous. It's finals.
You don't want to be the one to cost your team. Yeah.
You don't want to be the reason why your team loses, so you want to make sure that everything is absolutely good and Gucci. But we are going to be seeing Royal Jester started up, and they take it. The Runic Bomb on the side of Mr. Sneaky. Not a better person to put on it. And
it's been about a 400 gold lead, which the way this game is going will just disappear in like 2 seconds.
I absolutely agree. We're going to see the Gold Fury respawn. It is going to be a Primal Fury. So we'll see where that leads the teams. That is the next objective on the map available. Because they're probably going to hazard to go to the Gold Fury instead of the Fire Giant for right now, but they could very easily go to the Fire Giant as well. We're going to be seeing a little bit of a grouping up on the left side of the map. Tyr has rotated over. Guan Yu is backing, but he does have the persistent teleport available. He may use it, may not. Gold Fury is started up by the side of Flaming Tanukis. It is about a third HP. Rivers of Beach is good. Is it enough? Flaming Tanukis do secure it. There's a fight after the fact. Demoja is locked down. Serket jumps in. Last breath is good. Gerbo takes the kill, and the final last breath, no pun intended. Guan Yu does jump out. Oh, and Guan Yu's in, going on to the side of Reiku. Oh, the regurgitate is good. Serket goes down. Mr. Sneaky gets absolutely popped. And they look to be wanting to fight more. Oh, there's some really good damage onto the Tyr. The Death Bug is also good for Martikris. Gets stunned, gets done. Helenu takes another kill. 3-3-1 on this Agni, and that looks to be the end of the fight. Is that a 3-for-1?
I believe so. No, Raikou didn't die. It was what, Puss Poseidon and Diamond Caffrey were the two that
I believe
died.
Did Bakasur also die?
Now you're questioning it. No, he's alive right now. No, because yeah, he would have had to die after Sneaky. And so he got out. He got TKO'd, definitely. I think he got to 1 HP and was able to get out. So 2-for-1 at the end of the day, plus gold. I think it definitely favors the Jesters in that sense. But you're not sweating it if you are the Tukis. It just shows that even in the 5v5 engagements, you still can fight. However, the Jesters are grouping around this Fire Giant. I imagine just getting vision now. They're not actually looking to take it yet. Expert might get caught out, but at the end of the day, it's a Tyr.
He is a Tyr. We do see the right Tier 1 is extremely low. I mean, I'm pretty sure that Gerbo can walk over and pretty much sneeze on it, and that tower is going to go down. Probably looking to do the Bastion first, but Tyr does Fearless Guan Yu just to get a little bit of damage. That is true. It is actually 2 auto attacks from death. Guan Yu gets enough damage for it, and they take a Tier 1.
Yeah, that's a nice little gold in the pocket of everybody on the team. Mardicorus, oh sorry, Huspasign is going to answer on the left side of the map with a tier 1. However, he does show up on the map. Jesters do know
they know he's there, so they might just start this. They're rotating everybody over. Sneaky's here, Helenu's here. They saw the Bakasura try to back, but they're going to start up the Fire Giant. Guan Yu is zoning, and we're going to fight here. Giannis is in position. Through space time is used already. Giannis is brought down very low, is brought down very gone. Reiku gets taken down by the side of the Agni. Oh, there's a lot of damage though. Regurgitate is good. Fire Giant is about a third HP. But unfortunately, Drowsy does not get enough damage. There's a Lawbringer around the wall. Takes out Mini. Fearless is also good as well. They're trying desperately to hold on. The Fire Giant is still leashed. It is half HP. Tier is possibly going to go down here to the Guan Yu. The dash is good.
What's happening with
able to get out?
Sneaky and Huspasign though is he does know he's there. Huspasign in that entire time just stayed split pushing dual lane and got a tier 2 as well. So
hey, you know what? If you feel like you can't beat them in the 5v5 team fight, the next best option is a split push, and I'm
2-for-1 trade plus a tier 2. It is gonna swing this gold lead in favor of the Tanukis. You're gonna see, and this is where the power spikes start happening, because Gerber just got enhanced Lono's max. You're going to see Diamond Caffrey also upgrade Sentinels. Raikou just got an increased Gem of ISO. It's 3-man stun.
Over the wall. 3-man stun from the tier. 3 space time is used as well. Oh, the Unstable Vortex is used. Helenu is 1 HP, but is able to get out. He's TK'd enough that he is going to be going back to base, licking his wounds. That might be a Fire Giant pull for the Flaming Tanukis.
I imagine it will be. Again, they got all these starters. Every single one of the Tanukis has their starters upgrade, except for Caffrey.
No, Mini. Oh, looks like Mini is able to get out. So is Gerbo possibly. Oh, just kidding. Drowsy gets the final hit. Oh, and there's still a fight. Tier looks to be going in.
Expert has ult up. Expert just got ult up.
Expert wants blood, gets the stun onto Helenu, gets the Fearless is good, the power cleave is better, but unfortunately it's just not quite enough. Last breath is used, Bakasura 1 HP. Mr. Sneaky does end up doing enough damage to let Helenu get the kill over the wall with the rain fire.
Drop Fire Giant. Maybe just not thinking that they could have the shred without their crit Bakasura there? I'm surprised you see a drop fire there. I think they had plenty of time with especially Helenu and I think Sneaky being TKO'd at the end of that fight. Really surprising from the Tanukis.
The 2 runic bombs on the side of Royal Jesters would probably strike fear into the hearts of the Flaming Tanukis, especially since we are nearing the 30-minute mark. We are not quite at Enhanced Fire Giant territory quite yet. But some very good team play out of both of these teams. And somebody's got to stop this here. Expert is just running around being let to do whatever the heckles he wants. Guan Yu does jump in. They do start the Fire Giant. It is brought to about half HP. They're going to have to commit to this, but he's the back zoning. The Fire Giant is brought very low, about 8,000 HP. Tier is 1 shot. Does end up getting out. Fire Giant is about 3,000. They look to be securing it. Royal Jesters does secure the Fire Giant. They look for the stuff after the stuff is F out. We say Yamoja goes down as well. So does Puss Poseidon. The dual lane dead, and here comes their tier 2 tower. Royal Jesters are looking to push this lead even further.
Yeah, really good zoning. Tanukis were really early on practically about everything that they tried to use to steal that Fire Giant. Lawbringer was early, Through Space and Time was early. It's sad. Drowsy just backing now. This could be a free Phoenix.
Looks to be a free Phoenix. The Lawbringer is in, but the Cobra's Kiss is even better. Guan Yu jumps in. Oh, and Tier finally gets brought down. Last breath onto Bakasura. Is it enough damage? It is. He goes down. This might be an end call here. They look to go. Giannis is 1 HP. Guan Yu does dash in, gets the kill. I don't think it might be an end call, but this definitely will be. Actually, just kidding. They were looking at the Phoenix and realized there was still a tier 1 up in mid.
Yeah, too many towers up. Those pesky mid laners never leave towers, so it's kind of difficult to ever get a tower. This is going to be a Primal Fury call, but you do get a Phoenix. It is if you're on the Tanukis side though, it is the best one to lose. You never want to lose a Phoenix, but if you are one, you want the solo side one. Easy to deal with when you're dealing with fire giants. Tier 1, Tier 2s are still standing in the other lanes. I would imagine they defend Tier 2s. Tier 1 and mid, I think you do let go. You're just like, maybe we don't. There's Bashes, though.
They do have Fire Giant for another about minute and 15 seconds on the clock. Their power play has extended so far. They are now 5,000 gold in that. Actually, about 6,000 gold in the lead. I was right. It just ticked over to 6,000 gold in the lead. About 5,000 experience. Looking very good for the Royal Jesters. They're in prime position to be looking for this game. The question is, what else can Flaming Tanukis do besides help Expert?
The fights, I think the biggest thing is that the Rivers Rebuke there was not the best from Diamond Kefri, so I think you need a better Rivers Rebuke. If you can shut down this dive from Gerbo and Sneaky, I think you are in a lot better position. Because once Sneaky's done, I feel like the Royal Jesters kind of just... They haven't won a fight once that Sneaky's died. Everybody else can die, it just doesn't seem that Sneaky can die, as Sneaky is on Expert.
Just saying, Tyr is going to be brought to 1 HP. Is the last press enough damage? It is enough of a tick of damage. Mr. Sneaky takes up the Expert with the help of Helenu. And they look to be fighting. Mini has a lot of the damage, the death buff, and then the through space and time to the face is enough to take out the ADC. This is going to be a very tough push for the thing. Tough push for the Royal Jesters.
Yeah, Fire Giant did just wear off. You do use the Runic Bomb on that tier 2. I think it's a smart job. Just making sure that tier 2 does go down, get even more gold, as the Jesters have basically reached the gold cap. Once you hit 80k, everybody should be full build. Everybody should have everything, and then at the end of then this gold lead is going to diminish. So this Fire Giant, you need to win this if you're the Jesters, because otherwise it's going to go back to being a practically even game, except for power pots, except for 3k pots.
Absolutely. I mean, we're going to be seeing the game spiral almost out of control. The enhanced Fire Giant is spawning in about 15 seconds. We're going to be seeing the Royal Jesters in prime position to take it on spawn. Flaming Tanukis are half in base. I mean,
back here.
Is backing.
Is very far up.
And this
He's down. Egg is down.
Dead Scorpion. Helen gets another bomb's worth of damage, and now you have no ADC, and there's a Fire Giant fight happening.
Yeah, just the gross overextension from Pus Poseidon there. I don't like clearing wave is fine, but you got to back. No one else is up close to you. You're gonna see the through space of time come through to try and steal. Experts trying to get vision on it. Through space of time already expended, and its Fire Giant wasn't even half.
Fire Giant about half HP. We're looking to see if they do secure it. There's really nothing on the side of Flaming Tanukis that's even there to observe. There to secure it. It's going to be a free Fire Giant on the side of Royal Jesters. And Mr. Siki does use the last breath just to get away from the Bakasura. This still is a chunkity chunk of damage with a Stone of Binding and the Protector of the Jungle. But enhanced Fire Giant on the side of Royal Jesters. There's a very low Phoenix on the solo side of the map. There's another tier 2 and 2 more Phoenix they're looking to get once they back and spend their gold. Mr. Sneaky and Gerbo both backing on the side. Now we'll see Golden Hand. They're going to be spending a decent chunk of monies to get everything going for them. Final items are getting picked up. A fully perfected Rod of Tahuti on the side of Helenu. A Soul Reaver picked up at the side of Reiku. So we're looking to be almost full build. Pretty much everybody but supports is full build. So
yeah, that's about what you're gonna see. I think Relics needing to be upgraded is probably the last thing you'll see. Sneaky, how are we 30 minutes in this game and you don't have your Blink upgraded? At least to the one that reduces the cooldown. Oh my god. No, that's fine. He knows what he's doing. I don't. I forget about Blink all the time, frankly. I forget I could upgrade Relics. But yeah, you're gonna see this. You're gonna see the Tanuki just defend Phoenixes here. How well can they do it? They don't have the worst siege defense in the world. Giannis is always nice. He can just instant delete waves, but then you are using your practically only damaging ability on Giannis as your wave clear. Marticourse also has really nice wave clear, so those two are going to be nice. As they are hiding in this grass. You see two people hiding in this grass. Is Umoja and Marticourse, and they decided to go out.
Not quite gonna work. Is a little bit of a stun out there from Diamond Cat, but we're gonna be sieging this left side. Phoenix, we are gonna be hopefully seeing some sort of possibly a fight breakout. Surquette is going to be solo in the mid lane trying to get it up there. We're going to push with these Onuaves. They're waiting for the Onuave to push in right, and the Flaming Tanukis has to respond. Guan Yu is in. The Rivers is even better. The fight is split up almost in half. A Maker Sneaky 4 solo kills Drowsy in the mid lane. It still is about half of the team. They're going to push in. Martikaris in the middle. Hachiman gets Fearless in. They're going to be still fighting over it. The Phoenix goes down. Night Terror goes down as well, and they take the Phoenix and escape with their lives.
Yeah, I don't know how Sneaky killed Drowsy. It looks like Drowsy took a fight outside of Phoenix, which is not what I would recommend when you are dealing with an enhanced Fire Giant Surquette. Let her into Phoenix, use Regurgitate, try and do something with that. I would use the Phoenix as that double man into the 2v1. I wouldn't necessarily recommend. But you lose two Phoenixes, you do lose the worst one to lose, that dual lane side, but you keep one up if you're the Tanukis. This game is getting to even. Everybody's going to be full build soon. Drowsy's trying to sell Golden Blade for something. What is it?
We'll find out as Fire Giant is respawned about 30 seconds.
Oh, it's going to be a Spectral. It's going to be a Spectral.
Most likely Spectral Armor, I would probably assume. I agree. We're going to be seeing Royal Jesters posture for this Fire Giant spawning very soon. Martika is definitely in a significantly better position than he was before the last Fire Giant fight.
Still pushing up.
For his own sake. He is still a little pushed up, but Yamoja's there just in case anything goes awry. But we will be seeing a posturing for this Fire Giant. Martika does a whole boatload of damage to Guan Yu. Fire Giant is up, and Royal Jesters are going for it.
I'm hoping the through spacing time is a little bit better time for this. He's going to be pushing out dual lane, which I do think is what is the correct option. Through spacing time through, it's getting thrown now. You do see an engage coming out from the Jesters.
Oh, they're leaving the Fire Giant. Its ear is just caught between a rock and a hard place. Helenu with a beautiful Aegis. Unfortunately, it's just not quite enough. Drowsy Bat just does a little bit too much damage, but gets taken out by Mini. And they're going to be chasing down the Umoja as well. The Cobra's Kiss is good. Umoja tries to Riptide out, but it looks like she's going to get chased all the way to Kingdom Come. Surquette probably has another dash available. Cobra's Kiss is good, and Umoja goes down. Bloodforge procs to Mr. Sneaky, and they're back to the Fire Giant.
Yeah, a really clean fight from the Jesters. They didn't have any vision there. They just timed it extremely well. The second Raikou was not in that lane. They knew that through space and time was coming, and they immediately all engaged the Flaming Tanukis to get off the fire to make sure that there was 0% chance of steal. You're going to see this Mid Phoenix go down fast, and I imagine this probably is going to be an end call.
Could be an end call. Looks like they're going to possibly try and find a pick here.
That's so rude. No, you're going to back up.
They're going to back up and possibly go for a gold for here, or they're going to... Are they going to bait?
I think they are looking for an
They're looking for a bait here. Oh, unfortunately, nobody takes the bait. Unfortunately, the bait and switch was more switched than baited, but we're probably going to see them go for a Gold Fury here, which, I mean, they pretty much have as much gold as they could possibly need. Relics are upgraded. Everything is done. They're 15,000 gold in the lead. We've gotten to the point now where it's just all about who can get a pick and win the game.
Yeah, I don't want to say next pick wins it, because this is still a very... No, actually, no, they have left Phoenix up. Yeah, next pick probably wins it. Forgot that the Pus Poseidon split push from earlier did open up that dual lane Phoenix on the Royal Jester side. Left Phoenixes are respawning if you're the Tanukis, and your Titan hasn't taken any damage, so it's just about keeping these Phoenixes up.
Yeah, but there are 4 members of the Royal Jesters barreling down with a enhanced Fire Giant buff. Umoja brought down very low. Jerbear brought low. Helenu is gone. Drowsy takes him out very consistently. Oh, and Reiku gets Spinny on the backside. The damage is just good enough, but Serket is on the Titan all by her lonesome. Jerbear comes in to try and help out. Does end up getting it. Is going to trade his life out for the Phoenix. I think if you're what you're calling that worth. Does he die to the fountain? Oh, no. Oh, no.
He doesn't get out, right? You guys are going to turn and get him, right? Yeah, okay.
Oh, thank God. I was about to scream.
Niki's looking to back cap.
Oh, the sneaky split push. We'll see if it ends up running out.
He's just sitting. This set. Oh no, this Baka's gonna come into it.
Oh no, he does have Fire Giant for another 28 seconds. So we'll see. Oh, I don't know if he sees.
CC immunity does help him.
Serket is just gonna go down. He just tries to fight him into regurgitate, and then Drowsy gets the solo kill. Mr. Sneaky. That is a deicide for the side of Flaming Tanukis, and they have held their base. Even though there are 3 Phoenixes down, they are pushing as much as they possibly can in this fight.
Sneaky is gonna come up before the next Fire Giant, but
oh my lord, that is not what I thought was gonna happen.
Great turnaround from Drowsy. I think he got his ult up the exact second Sneaky went in. So he just immediately popped it, no hesitation, and Regurgitate just does not. Serket does not like Regurgitate. Might have been one of the reasons why you do take the Bagasur is because he does win the jungle. He does win the 1v1 against the Serket if both have ult, and you know, Serket doesn't have beads. There's some conditions that may apply, you know, just like those commercials that you always see. Conditions may apply.
Yeah, the goal does go down. What I'd love to know is Serket last breath? Is that
movement ability? I don't believe so.
I am double checking. It counts as it is a target debuff and damage. It does not count.
The Jesters are the ones starting this up. Sneaky's here. Through space and time again early. I don't know if he's just using it for damage.
I think he's using it for mostly movement to get his team in and out of these fights. Fire Giant down to 3,000 HP. And
I don't mind that play for the Jesters. Or if you're the Tanukis, but...
Oh, and Serket's looking for the Bakasura. The Regurgitate is good, but the last breath is even better. Jerbo gets the kill, and Drowsy goes down. It's now a 4v5, and there are 5 members of Royal Jesters banging down the doors of the Flaming Tanukis base with an enhanced Fire Giant buff to their name. Oh, this is going to be a very tough hold for the Flaming Tanukis. Wanyu does go in. They look to possibly get this Mid-Phoenix as well. Damage from Helen over the wall. Tears in the
beautiful River's Rebuke. And they get out through the door.
They get out through the door, but that absolutely stops the push. Oh, Helenu over the wall. It does look, but the Lawbringer is even better. Helenu is brought very, very low. Has to use the Path of Flames to get out. But Mr. Sneaky on the backside, there goes the Marticarus. It's just quite too much damage for him. Tears in the backline as well. Titan brought to very low, and that is Royal Jesters taking game number 1 in our final set today.
Just really clean play coming out from the Jesters the entire game. Helenu, most deaths, got voted as the person most likely to die for the Arthur division, and does have the most deaths on the Jesters. So not surprising in the slightest, living up to that award, living up to his name. Clean from the Jesters, but the Tanukis had promise. You had really good moments from the Tanukis. You just gotta string up good moments together. You just gotta string good moments together, and I think they win that game. Maybe 1 or 2 more fights go their way. 2 people getting caught out of position in the solo lane is not a good thing to have happen First it was plus Poseidon, next it was Drowsy, and both cost their team a lot. I would like to see the space of time used more as a steal potential than whatever it was getting used for there.
Mm-hmm. I'm not quite sure what that was. It was almost a let's send the Giannis over to the other lane to go farm and then be able to ult over if necessary, but then Riku never used the ult to actually get over to the other side. So it is interesting to see what their decisions are, but we'll see what happens when we come into game 2, what they decide to go for in terms of picks and bans. We'll see what happens. What I do not know is if we're going to a break or not.
If we don't, we can keep talking. I'm down for that.
I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in the cradles, profanities. Might as well just ride around the nursery and count sheep.
Welcome back, Smite fans, to game number 2 of our Arthur Division Finals. Royal Jesters win game 1. Flaming Tanukis going to look to take it back and tie up the series 1-1. Boom. What do they got to do here to prevent the Royal Jesters from taking it to game 3?
I think that they just made a really good decision right there with banning the Nox instead of the Hwa. I think Nox was a really big issue. The silence is just so oppressive that I can definitely, I can see 100% why. I think Sneaky needs to, someone's gotta have it with Sneaky, but it's so difficult to stop that man from doing what he wants to do.
I absolutely agree. Gerber was playing
I will win peace
Lights
by
Out,
force.
or Nox, yes, on the Nox. Pun completely intended. So playing Lights Out on the Nox, it is banned away, and then Mini first pitching the Hachiman. To the surprise of no one, it is their favorite god, without a doubt. So not surprising that it's a very strong pick and is being picked up. We do see a hover and a eventual lock in for the Circuit is taken away
what is unseen.
from Mr.
This is one
Sneaky.
tail you don't want to chase,
And then
darling.
Chris is
really good
locked
job
in as well.
I think that's a really good job of limiting. You obviously didn't like what the Circuit, brought to the Royal Jesters. They brought too much, just so much TC everything. So you give up the Umoja that the Royal Jesters then take for
Tremble
the Circuit, trying
beneath
to
the
limit Sneaky,
waves.
trying to get. It does seem now that you get 2 more bans on Sneaky if that is what you wish. Which I don't think that.
Our deeds shall be
listen,
written in
Landu's
legend.
great. I don't think the Agni was too big of an issue. I could give him back the Agni and not feel bad about it at all. What you do have coming out from the Jesters is an insane healing comp, though. You now have Yam, you now have Guan. That healing, if they can get out of that fight, if they get out of the fight at anything below 0 or above 0, they are going to be practically full HP coming back into the fight. It's just not something that you want to deal with. This now makes the Flaming Tanukis have to think about an all-in comp, being able to actually eliminate either one of these healers or guaranteed one person every single time. Otherwise, you're basically losing the fight.
Absolutely. The only caveat I have to that, to be devil's advocate, if you will, is that last breath goes very, very hard here, especially against both a Umoja and a Guan Yu. If one person gets very low, the last breath is used to execute them. That anti-heal is spread to everybody.
May the gods of Valkyrie surround you!
Much rendered useless. We are going to see, speaking on the anti-heal train,
You're
the
about 100%
Allfather
anti-heal.
himself, Odin, is locked in, one of the premier counters to Guan Yu, especially with the counter to the cavalry charge, as the horse can do a lot of things. The horse can go burr, but unfortunately the horse cannot run through walls.
I love the Odin into this comp. There's not a single person on the Jesters team right now that can get out of that cage.
Can Riptide?
No, you can't Riptide out of it. It Riptides you into the wall. It's like Riptide's so weird because I think I know it counts as a leap because you can a will exalt off of it, but it's not like it doesn't get you over. I don't know. Leap's so weird in Smite, man. Izanami 3 is considered a leap. So
it moves you sideways instead of up and over. I feel like is kind of might be the better explanation for it, but seeing some mid lane bans, seeing a hell ban as well. Hell ban, Helenu banning the hell from you. Unfortunately, Helenu does not decide to go with the namesake and pick up the hell for themselves. It is banned away. We saw Paul perform very well on it today in the SPL, so perhaps that may have inspired some people to play it in their preceding games, even though Hell is known as a very, very, very well-picked support right now, especially even though she is also good in mid. Hebo banned out as well. Sneaky hasn't picked yet. I'm curious to see what he wants to go into this.
Bakasura? I could see him on.
Maybe I can see that.
I think I'm really curious about again this Martichorus. We saw it at ADC last time, but I could still see the Rama's still available. So if Plus Poseidon can play this, getting the Rama. No, we're going. Okay, so it's going back into that that ADC. Forget everything I said.
I do agree with them not going double ADC, especially since I just don't know really how 4 physical would go into a healing comp. I don't particularly
Lotus
love it
Sickle
necessarily.
would be very nice.
The Hera, I am very much assuming this is another troll hover, as I would be
Minnie's taking this.
genuinely shocked if they picked Hera into Odin Circuit. That does sound like nightmare fuel to me personally.
I just realized that's a really good Merlin pickup. Merlin's because you don't want to pick the Agni into the Odin, so this eliminates the next top mid that can get out of Odin cage. I'm trying to think of the next top one. Maybe.
And they banned the Baba.
They did ban the Baba. I can't top mid that could get out of it because I don't believe Tiamat. I don't Tiamat. LaFay can't.
Tiamat. So Tiamat going into ground stance can, but not going into flying stance.
Flying stance.
So
you ever see a Tiamat ground stance into an Odin cage?
Probably.
Yeah, there was some weird.
Not in competitive. I've definitely seen it in some casuals. Not in people not realizing that it doesn't.
Are we just?
Okay, we're troll hovering here.
I would love to see an Alposh do it.
Looks like it might be the Morgan. Not sorry. Let me rephrase that. Not the Morrigan. Morgan LaFay. Last second hover of a Giannis, and you were correct. The Bakasura is going to be locked.
Time to eat.
They take Giannis away from Riku.
Yeah, I mean he already blocked him, really, but like Giannis can't portal an Odin wall, right?
No, he cannot.
Okay.
If the cage is like connected through a wall,
wisdom shall be my
shield. He can obviously, yeah.
But he cannot
if it's
portal
just like in the middle of mid lane. He can't. I guess you could portal your feet, and then that allows you to get out.
You could escape some damage, yeah.
Yeah, escape some damage. The Bakasura, I just think is a clean pick. We already talked about how it does really well into the 1v1 against Serket, and it does allow you to get out of Odin cage. You could even regurgitate into the Odin cage to make sure everybody's crippled and less damage happens to your team. The Athena lock last pick, I really enjoy. I think it's one of the better Bakasura. You're obsessed with it?
I am obsessed with that pickup here because as a Giannis player myself, I absolutely hate seeing an Athena on the other team. It is obnoxious because you're like, oh, I'm gonna walk over and portal the wall, and she goes, yoink, no, you're not, and it's just very unfortunate. You just kind of have to deal with it. So the Athena, to me, I think is the perfect round out for this side of the Flaming Tanukis. We got some picks here. We got a Guan, we got a Baka, Giannis, Yamoja, and Hachi versus an Odin. I couldn't remember. Odin Serket, Merlin, Athena, and Martichorus. I don't know, Boom. What do you think?
These are two insane teamfight comps. I don't think you're going to see much poke in the early at all. Like, I would be very surprised to see practically anybody taking 1v1s until they're like level 15 and fighting over a Gold Fury. Because both of these people want to get into team fights, except for maybe the ADCs. But that is such a weird thing to say. I'm not going to stand on it. I like the potential of the Flaming Tanukis comp. The potential to get a huge Odin cage into all this Merlin damage, all this Martichorus damage is immense. But I think the Royal Jesters have an easier comp to execute. So if the Flaming Tanukis can reach that high point, that insanely high potential, I think they can easily win this game. But if the Jesters are able to basically keep it steady and let the Tanukis lose, they're like No, not the Tanukis, but the Tanukis can't hit that high point. The Jesters, I think you will see them winnies.
All right, well, that is enough analysis for now. We're getting right into game number 2. Game starting in just about 40 seconds. Royal Jesters versus Flaming Tanukis. We'll see if the Flaming Tanukis are able to bring it back into contention, or will Royal Jesters bring the set to 2-0? We're finding out this time on, I was going to say on Smite Game, but it is not on Smite Game. It is on Camelot Smite League, twitch.tv/ That was backwards for some reason. I don't know why I went that direction, but you know what? We are rolling it. It's
yeah,
the
those two
URL,
had
but it's
some
backwards.
moves. Those two were grooving over there.
They were having a phenomenal dance party.
Could you imagine
over
getting
there.
double taunted? I just
They do
realized
decide. They did decide to go to the different start, or sorry, back to the same start as prior.
I think that just means they want Helanu to be a little bit safer. Once Giannis reaches that level 3, he's a lot safer than any other point in the game. So getting him to reach level 3 faster, it's a stasis mode, I believe.
Stasis mode, yep.
Is a very nice thing to have happen. But going back to my double taunt point, because like that'd be so frustrating to play.
Because you beat one and then you have to ult the other.
Imagine you don't have these. Imagine you just get double taunted. You're just taunted. That's like what, 4 seconds, I think.
Something to that effect, yeah.
4 seconds of taunt. We're back. That'd be so. I would hate it. Tanukis, why you gotta draft such comp? Oh my God, he stole the purple.
Oh my lord, Gerbear is. I don't know if he wants support MVP or first team support, but he's looking to make a case for it right now. Merlin damage from Raikou is good. There's a little bit of a kerfuffle in mid lane as they're trying to just clear the minions, get everything out. Helanu is using the, and I quote, correct skin. Oh my lord, Mr. Siki is brought down very low, but it's not going to be enough damage. He will make it out with his life. Lots of damage put out on the side of Flaming Tanukis from both Drowsy and Raikou, but unfortunately, it's not enough. The fire stance is good. Drowsy gets the Cobra's kiss. The Deathbane is good, but unfortunately, it is not enough to kill, but it's enough to push out.
And also enough to get out the bees at the very least from Helanu, and making him a lot more unsafe. I don't think that's the right way to say that. I can't English good. 2.5 minutes without beads.
And that is something you definitely don't want to see in early game when Mr. Ked is going to... Sorry, when the Bakasura is going to be... I'm talking about the wrong team. They should not be allowed to swap jungle picks in between games.
You got to go a completely different jungle. You can't... one can swap. I'm with you. I'm completely with you on this. I think we DM him right now. Tell him to restart. You can allow... You're allowed to swap one. You cannot swap both. Okay, no. If Jerbear would have stolen that as well... Jerbear, you're already doing great. That would have been insane.
That would have been crazy. But the shield buff does go down to the side of the Flaming Tanukis. And we're just going to see about actually, believe it or not, about a 400 gold lead. They had more of a gold lead now than they did last game.
Yeah, Sneaky is stealing back camps as well. What a menace. Bakasura is just it's so annoying to deal with. Always having to watch
and Expert, watch out.
Does have shield, he should be fine.
Oh, that shield was beautiful from Expert. Does get out with his life. And is all good. Does have to expend the shard, which I'm not sure when exactly it happened. It's hard to see, but Sneaky is brought down very low, jumps over the wall, but Drowsy is chasing. Is there a Cobra's Kiss or a Deathbait or something? Blink is good. The 2 auto attacks are good. Mr. Sneaky falls first blood. And Raikou goes in as well. Another Cobra's Kiss. Deathbane Raikou picks up a second. 2-0 for the side of Flaming Tanukis. Now in the lead from that fight. Let's break it down.
An invade gone extremely wrong. I just don't think they had vision. I imagine Helanu called, hey, the Merlin's no longer in mid, but most of the time you're just thinking they're going to their red. Did he steal that again? No, but Diamond Kefri accidentally grabbed it, so worth?
That's tough.
Yeah, just very difficult when you do not have beads and get Odin stunned, especially into that Cobra's Kiss. It is just, it's a lot of CC at once. Just he gets put down to practically 1 HP right away, and then able to chase down and continue for Drowsy. Able to easily get it.
All right, well, we are going to see Serket over on the left side, looking for a little bit of a cheeky farm. Gerber looking to possibly try and steal this. It is taken by Drowsy first, and Drowsy might look for something fun here, but I think he's just going to go back to farming. Looking like we're in our usual farm simulator state after a little bit of early action from a botched invade on the right side. But, well, we're going to see... Elder brings over the new Season 10, Leash Forever, is still quite interesting to me.
I don't think that Gerbro? I think that's... No, the blonde.
Gerbo, yeah.
Gerbo. I don't think he knows his blue's available.
Or I think Odin keeps on pushing waves.
I think it might be that, but at the same point, I would have assumed after that invade that they would have absolutely taken my blue. So I'm wondering if no one went to check?
I think Sneaky's probably going to find it right now. Or he's looking for another gank onto the Odin, but Drowsy's here as well. Reiku's in the area. They're looking for this. Sneaky doesn't even know. There's an Athena ult too. The cage is even better. All the damage is good, and the defender of Olympus just pops Mr. Sneaky in the face. Through space and time used as well, possibly to try and get Sneaky out, but unfortunately it's not quite enough. Another fight over in the right side that is in the favor of the Tanukis. It starts out for the Jesters and it turns over very quickly.
Yeah, just getting caught out again, not having beats. You need to blink on Bagasaur, so it's not that you said, but you gotta be aware of what ultimates are up.
Oh no,
does have ult.
Have the death from above, but is it going to be enough to get him out? It is. It does have to expend the ult, does not have to expend anything else besides that. So yeah, it kind of stinks, but seems perfectly content to just go back to his usual farming state as he cleans up the purple buff on the back side. And we look to be... No, there's nothing in mid because Athena will just dash away.
Bye-bye. I'm out of here. Longest dash, really long dash, but just telegraph at the very least. Sneaky got vision on all the camps, but they're all down, so there's nothing to actually invade there. You know, despite being 3-0, the Jesters only are down by, what, 500 gold? That was 2 blue invades, doing a really nice job, and they even have the XP lead. Okay, the XP is basically even, but just a really nice job from the Jesters, as it looks like a 2v3 fight might break out.
Oh, Sneaky's over here, but unfortunately the last breath is going to be enough. The Deathbane is good, but Sneaky gets portaled out from the spruce pace in time, and he is able to actually live this time. Thank the Lord for him. He does end up making it out alive. Still has the Regurgitate available. Eats a minion for a little bit of a heal, but Drowsy is looking for this fight here. Blink in. Taunt is good, but Drowsy gets turned on. Mr. Sneaky takes him out. The heals from Gerber are just too good. Diamond Kep is stunned out, and they'll be walking away from that fight. And they lost Drowsy.
Yeah, that's just so difficult.
As we say that, Puss Poseidon is brought down very low.
Oh, he had the juke boots!
He has his juke shoes on today, people. Puss Poseidon is able to go back to his base, chuckling to himself. Evaded death. What do we say to the god of death? Puss Poseidon says, not today.
Mini wanted that. He was taking it. He was telling Gerber, he was telling Sneaky, go. And they're like, dude, there's an Athena nearby. We don't want to go, and we have nowhere. He's like, kill him. He's not past his tier 2 yet. That's gotta feel hard for Mini.
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with the fight, but you know they did decide to go for it, and it unfortunately did not work out too well for them. Royal Jesters, believe it or not, is in a gold lead right now. Even though being down 3 kills, they are farming critically efficiently in this game. they still have managed to hold a little bit of a gold lead. It's not a lot, but it's some at least. Looking into posture for a Gold Fury, but here comes Helenu and Gerber. Walking up, Gerber is taunted out, taken to about 2/3 HP, but the heals will come through, and they'll be looking to posture for a Gold Fury. Nope, they're not going up for it yet.
No, I think they were just checking to see what's the response time. Do they have a response time? They did. If you give us the gold lead into the Jesters, I mean, kills are nice and all, but it's a matter of what you're getting after these kills. Are you actually not just getting farm that is safe, but getting farm that they might have taken before? Mid camps, back camps. You got 2 blue invades, but it doesn't really change much if you're losing every single.
Mini goes in, has to use the beads. Mr. Sneaky is going for everything. Drowsy is brought out. Helenu with the double kill, directly one unstable vortex takes out 2, and then that's just a free Gold Fury. Unless
I imagine
this happen. Jesters do secure it, and they will not look for another fight, and they're going to get out with pretty much a free Gold Fury.
Sneaky was hiding in the bushes, it looked like. Sneaky was hiding in the bushes that break him, just not able to be seen. They thought they had a really nice 3-on-1 gank, and it turned out like they have Sneaky regurgitate absolutely massive coming out along with mounted archery plus the through space and time, all beautiful, hitting the mark. I mean, I think it was a 3-man through space and time, which anytime you hit 3 people with through space and time, you're happy, even if you don't get kills.
Absolutely, it's very satisfying to see the yellow numbers pop up over the wall when you've successfully landed that ability. It is a very fun ability to land. But as you say that, we're seeing about roughly about 1,600 gold lead in the pockets of the Royal Jesters. Their second items are now starting to be online. Executioners, kin size, I was gonna say Rod of Tahuti. That is not the Rod of Tahuti, unfortunately for myself. The Spear of Desolation on the side of Giannis. Second item is available. Giannis looks to be caught out, but just is able to portal away just in time for the taunt not to come out. So.
Might be here on left. Yeah, here on left.
Oh, does Mini go for the solo kill here?
Sneaky's in the area.
Oh, Sneaky's local. Drowsy does get the Defender of Olympus. Oh, and the through space and time is good. It just doesn't quite do enough damage. Yeah, maybe needed another item or another couple levels, but unfortunately, it's just not quite enough.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really good pressure out from Mini. He was at that tier 1 the entire time. Plus Poseidon, I think he smelled something funny, and he was able to get out. This is going to be a Pyromancer, it looks like, from Jet.
Oh, but here comes Odin. The expert is in the back line. Three-man cage. But is it enough? I don't really know how much of their team is even here. Merlin damages a lot. Odin is very low, but the Cobra's Kiss is good on Mr. Sneaky. The last breath is even better. Is there enough damage? Drowsy takes out Mr. Sneaky. Another death on the side. The taunt is even better. Gerbo goes down 2, and they're going to keep on fighting. The Merlin damage is just too much. Taunted away from the portal, but Helenu does just make it out after almost dying to another piece of Saket damage.
Taunt. Gerber is going to try and steal. That one did a lot more damage than I expected.
Oh, through space and time is good too, but here comes Drowsy, and it's not going to be too much.
One did so much damage. I think maybe they got hit by Pyro at the same time, but I'm going to imagine that was just Yamodra one and call for her to be nerfed.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Can Odin proc Shield of Regrowth?
I don't believe so.
Because I don't believe that Odin has a heal in his kit, so I'm very curious as to...
He's on autopilot,
why?
baby.
It might be autopilot, I'm not sure. Not quite sure why he has it, but maybe he thought he was playing the Guan Yu. Who knows?
I think on every other solo laner you go it though, right? Every other top solo, you have Vamana who it procs on in his ult. You have Guan, Herc, Horus, Tyr. It might have just been autopilot. That's what I'm assuming, because most of the time you see a Valor picked up in that spot instead.
Oh, and Helenu portals into the wrong neighborhood. But unfortunately, the taunt does miss. Mr. Sneaky blinks in. Defender of Olympus used point blank. Through space and time is used as well. 2 ultimates burned. Drowsy jumps over Mr. Sneaky and makes it out just fine.
A lot of expended ultimates for practically nothing. Expert is going to go, and he does have this cage.
Oh, a beautiful reverse of view from Gerber. Splits that fight directly like the Red Sea. Gerbo in the middle of 4 people, but he is going to be caged. And looks to be taken out, but oh, Expert jumps in, and unfortunately it's not enough. Reiku takes out Mr. Sneaky, and Expert is going to be brought down by the flag and drag from Mini. And they probably look to just take this Oni Fury.
Yeah, I would imagine. However, you do have Raikou and Drowsy. You need to take it now if they're going to take it at any time.
Looks to be that they are going to take it. Gerbo and Helenu are just going to run down Diamond Cap, and he is taken out from, I believe, the Mounted Archery. He is. We are going to be seeing this fight. Lots of people brought down. Reiku brought down very low. Mini with another kill. Gerbo with another. There's 3 dead on the. Actually, there was 4 dead on the side of Flaming Tanukis. That's for dead earlier. This is just free Oni Fury if they can have some of these tanks. And Gold Fury is taken out just fine. We're just going to see some more farming on the side. Mr. Siki taking these bastions as well. Looks to have some help with... Oh, interestingly enough, Mr. Siki does opt for the charge bow second.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to be going into that crit we usually see from Bakasura. I imagine him going into more of a pen build, so you're going to see the oboe come out. Probably see a hasten at some point if you do not go that boomerang arrow. I would imagine at the very least. You could see XE dominance. That's kind of the build that he's going to be looking towards versus the typical Baka or the old Baka build that we saw with crit. Maybe not wanting to let Drowsy be able to build Spectral and have even more tankiness is what I would imagine.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Well, it's 16 minutes into the game. We're probably looking towards the right side of the map because there's nothing much more to be had on the left. Pyromancer is started by the Royal Jesters. We'll see if this is just a bait or if it is the truth. Expert on the backside with the Odin does get out the space and time for free. And they look to jump over Mr. Sneaky in the middle of the fight, doing as much damage as humanly possible. Odin Cage is burned as well. Lots of things burned. Drowsy in the middle of 5 members of the Royal Jesters. And pretty much takes very minimal damage. Looks to be coming back into the fight. They're looking at the Pyro. Pyro's about half HP. Looking to just zone in. Possibly go for a fight here. Gerbo and Sneaky really, really want to go in here. Regurgitate not available. They're just going to zone out for the Pyromancer. Royal Jesters do secure the Pyromancer. Drowsy being chased up by Mr. Sneaky. We'll see if anything happens there. And it's not going to. Mr. Sneaky is going to go over. Look for some farm, not find it, and oh, actually, just kidding. They're gonna keep pushing this tier 1.
Yeah, during this entire time, Poseidon has been on the left, but you see Gerbo go in with the cavalry charge, gets Raikou, forces the beads, forces the Aegis, and it's just not enough, even with the Defender of Olympus.
Defender of Olympus comes out, Mr. Siki just takes him down. It's too much damn damage. Experts alone against 4 members of the Royal Jesters. And he's going to do his best he can to try and hold off. But unfortunately, it's just going to be a little bit too much. Mini's just looking at it, but Mini has to Aegis the damage away. The cage is used. Puss Poseidon takes out Helenu. Sneaky takes out Puss Poseidon in return. Mini super low. The Expert is alone almost. Drowsy is here trying to fight. We'll see if the Cobra's Kiss is good enough. No, he decides not to go in. And that was almost a very good hold from the Flaming Tanukis. Unfortunately, they lost to 2-2, but they did end up taking out 2 members of the side of Royal Jesters in return. So it was a pretty decent trade for them, all things considered.
Yeah, really decent trade. I mean, you lose your tier 1, you lose your tier 2, but you take the tier 1 on left. You, what I would assume to be taking the tier 1 in mid as they're pressuring this as well. And you do get 2 for 2 because you did lose Diamond Caffrey and Push Aside at the beginning. Relics are in your favor here. Sneaky used everything that he had that fight, plus the Phantom Shell, plus the Aegis or Mini, meaning that this next Odin Cage coming out from Expert should do really, really well. He is going to go that Spirit or Blast. He's just going the build he went last game. Might just be playing on default, or he did decide he likes Regrowth's stats better than Valor. I'm not sure if there is too much of a difference between the two of them. Maybe like Frost is getting jumped on. No.
Expert's getting looked at. They look like they want to start the Fire Giant. They were just waiting for Gerber. 19-minute Fire Giant looks to be attacked by the side of Royal Jesters. They're doing it fairly slowly. I mean, Mr. Sneaky is still kind of running down Drowsy in the backline, but they are turning on Mr. Sneaky and they're looking for this kill. All the while, the Fire Giant is going down. Sneaky's brought very low in the back, but looks like he might be taken down. He is taken out by Drowsy, but is the Expert going to be able to steal this away? Diamond Cap is here as well. Royal Jesters do secure it, but Mini dashes into the wall and unfortunately I was going to say is not enough, but Helenu does go down first. Beautiful Rivers of View just to get the Expert away. 2 down for the Fire Giant traded away. Oh, the back just comes out from Mini to avoid getting hit by Expert, jumping over the wall. They secure the Fire Giant, but at what cost?
Maybe they're left Phoenix if he does no. Plus beside again, just split pushing by the way. Took tier 1, tier 2 in left, and got that Phoenix to half. It does look like Turbo is going to be alright. Oh, he wants to fight.
He does want to fight, and he's very fast with that shield of regrowth. Is it going to be enough? Oh, the cavalry charge comes out. He's looking at the Expert. The stun is good. The dash is good. And unfortunately, just not enough. That Odin shield is doing work for the Expert this game. He's pretty much avoiding a whole heck of a lot of damage. I don't think the shield damage counts as mitigated. I'm unsure on that.
I am too, honestly. I have no idea. The shield, because you don't get mitigated for a magic shell, right?
I don't believe so. No.
So
My assumption would be no. I don't know why I randomly thought of it.
Support's just getting random mitigated damage. Like having a shell. Here's like, look guys, I'm mitigating so much. You see a 5-on-1 in mid. Looks like the Odin Cage was off the mark.
Sneaky's just running through the jungle, taking as much as he possibly can. Unfortunately, there's another Fire Giant around their belt, but we are going to see the Runic Bomb being used, or one Runic Bomb being used, and here's taken out. Drowsy in the middle of 5 members, goes immediately back to Fountain. He took the speed run back to base, and they look to possibly still want to push this, especially since it is a 4v5. They look to be trying to bait the Expert, but I think they've revealed their hand a little bit too soon. As the Expert's just going to run away, and they look like they want to siege this Phoenix. They do have another 30 seconds worth of Fire Giant, and they're going to try and push this advantage as much as they possibly can. They're going to try and push in here. Gerber goes in. Backline is looking. The Rivers of Youth is very good to try and separate this fight. They look like they just want to get the bird and get out. They're putting as much damage as possible. Mr. Sneaky goes down. The Odin Cage is good. Phantom Shell is used through space and time as well. They're trying desperately to get out, but the Merlin damage is just too much. Reiku picks up another kill. A triple kill on the side of Reiku. That's 3 down. 4 down, actually. 3 of them to the angle of Reiku. And Mini has to try and just run away because that's all that they can do.
Huge defense. Expert just constantly body blocking. Uses the entirety of Odin's shield to body block Mini's autos from hitting that. The River's Rebuke not enough to split up the fight. Expert just doing a great job of bobbing, weaving, not taking too much damage, and just constantly doing enough to stop Mini from attacking that Phoenix. Waits for Odin Cage to get up. The second it does, pops it, And that's basically the backup call from the Jesters, but by then it's too late. Everybody has returned on the Flaming Tanuki side, and they're just able to have a clean sweep with Raikou going absolutely insane with a 3-kill. Are those minions on the Fire Giant?
Fire Giant's gonna be up in about 5 or so seconds. We'll say that. Yep, about 5 seconds. So we're looking, and it's looking good for the side of both teams, actually, because Royal Jesters can't end, and Flaming Tanukis are just defending with their lives at this point. But they're looking very good. Raikou got a bunch of gold in his pockets. Gold is fairly even at this point of the game. A 500 gold difference in 24 minutes is essentially nothing.
I'm not saying you give up fire if you're the Tanukis, right? Because that's never something that you want to say. But I don't think it's you have a very, very, very good siege defense, as just illustrated. Merlin is an absolutely insane character to have on your siege defense, especially with an Odin cage as well. I wouldn't hate it if the call was, Poseidon, why don't you go back and see if you can actually get left Phoenix this time? We're going to stall out this fight enough, and you go see if you can't split push off a Phoenix. Because they're taking this Fire Giant to get a potential Phoenix. We're going to guarantee a Phoenix if we just delay long enough.
That is true. We'll see if they decide. I don't think they're going to, because the Martikris is over here. Poseidon is local in the area. Oh, the taunt is good. Helenu is just absolutely boinked over there. Raikou takes out Helenu just pretty much instantly. Egg is still available. Unfortunately for Helenu, I think he just died way too fast. He didn't even realize how much damage there was. Tanukis have destroyed the Pyromancer, and now they're in prime position to take out this Fire Giant.
Yeah, I mean, that's the beauty of Martikris, right? You just have these constant grasses around the Fire Giant, and you have no idea if someone's actually in one. Athena, you see the Athena, you don't see anybody else, but that Athena dash taunt. Alanu late on the beat because he thinks, okay, it's just an Athena. Gets absolutely one-shot by Raikou and Poseidon here. They do secure the fire. Wow.
And that's just a free Fire Giant. I mean, there's not much else to do. This game is flipped on its head. The Flaming Tanukis are making a prime reason as to why they are in this finals. They're looking to tie up the series 1-1. They're barreling down the right side with 4 members with Fire Giant. Drowsy's over catching the wave, but they're looking to extend this lead. The taunt is good onto Gerbo. The Merlin damage is just so good. Phantom Shell is used just to get Gerbo out. Wow, that's a lot of damage. Oh, as we say that, Reverse Rebuke is used with the sneaky blinks in the back. Unfortunately, just kind of doesn't do a lot, except for the fact that he takes out Diamond Kev. But Gerbo's in the back. Cavalry Charge is available, is going to use it, is going directly onto Raikou. Stun does not go, and is going to try and chase him down. But Raikou, I think, is probably going to live this. Drowsy takes out Mini. Gerbo takes out Raikou. Oh, so he does end up taking him out. Expert is very low, but Gerbo is here with the slow and with the protection shred. Is it going to be enough to take out Expert? I'm not quite sure. Mr. Sneaky is there. Does he jump over the wall? He does. Is it going to be enough damage? He does. The true damage is just enough to take him out. Drowsy's running for their life here. Gerbo does get the slow, but I think Circus is a little bit too mobile. Oh, the blink over the wall directly into Mr. Sneaky. Oh, yeah, hate to see it, but he does have enough mobility to be able to get out. Unfortunately, the thought process on the blink was very good, but you blinked right into damage.
Sneaky just read that like a book. He was like, oh, he's gonna go here. Alright, I got this. Just 8 Saket, though, just constantly have, again, 2 movement abilities. Extremely mobile character, especially with that serrated edge that they have. Just able to get out. It didn't seem, Drowsy just not there. The Warrior Jesters, knowing that Drowsy's not there, take the early fight. Able to do a lot of damage as they're tanking that tier 2 because they didn't have minions, so this isn't enhanced. The backdoor protections are still active, and you don't have an actual ADC shred on your team. You have an ability-based ADC in Martikris. It does look like we're looking around to fight around this gold.
Looks like they want to try and start a fight over something. You definitely cannot count the Royal Jesters out, even though the Flaming Tanukis do have a fairly consistent lead right now. Royal Jesters can all... They're one team fight, one good through space of time. Could very much turn this on its head, but we are going to see a fight. They're going to jump in while the Gold Fury is being taken. Gold Fury is about 3,000 HP, 2,000 HP, and it is gone. But Mr. Sneaky's in the back. Blinks into Reiku. Reiku's brought very low. Our Secret's up in the air. Diamond Kep is dead. Through space and time is used as well. Minnie's just trying. Drowsy's over onto Minnie. Is it going to be enough damage? The last breath is used. That is a dead ADC if I've ever seen one. Expert does end up picking up the kill with the leap. And Mr. Sneaky and the boys have taken a 3-for-1 trade. They do lose the Gold Fury, but there is a Fire Giant respawning in 30 seconds, and it looks like they want to go for towers first.
Yeah, I think you're extremely happy if you get the Royal Justice. Oh no, we lost gold. I think that was that Primo or was that Oni? It does look Drowsy. They know where Drowsy is.
Oh, I think Drowsy might get caught out here. I'm really not sure. Oh, beautiful Cobra's Kiss out there from Drowsy just to get them off of him.
I was wondering if we were going to go into Drowsy Adventure 2, but I was able to get out at the very least. This pirate is going down. Is going to go to the Royal Jesters. Sneaky is just so tanky in the jungle.
He is, and you wouldn't think of it from his build. I mean, all he has is Protector and Berserker Shield, but it is bringing him a decent chunk of protections and survivability. But as we say that, the Flaming Tanukis is starting up the Fire Giant.
Yeah, you saw. They know that Sneaky and Jerbear backed, but not comfortable just taking it right away. I'm warning. I think Sneaky has about 200 procs right now for Fizz in the jungle. That's pretty good drought. No, not again. Okay, he has Magi at the very least. Drowsy has Magi, so the chance of him getting caught out is very low. It just scares me. Anytime I see one of the Tanukis in Soul Lane when this Fire Giant's starting. Ugh.
Well, we're going to be Fire Giant dancing for at least a little bit. Both these teams fairly even. I mean, within 400 gold now. So far, so good. It's still anybody's game.
Oh, they're running under Drowsy here.
Oh, no. Drowsy looks like he might get caught out here. The portal is good. The damage, unfortunately, does not land. Drowsy's caught out. Last breath is used just for the CC immunity. The damage is good from Helenu, but unfortunately it's just not quite enough. Oh, but here comes the cage. Helenu, you came into the wrong neighborhood, buddy. And he still takes him out somehow. I'm not quite sure how. Mr. Sneaky taken out as well. Reiku gets another kill. They're going to be pushing this. This might be an end call. Who knows? Expert jumps in. Jerbear is going to be caught in between a rock and a hard place, and 4 people barreling towards the Fire Giant. There is an enhanced Fire Giant going to be around the belts of these players once this thing goes down.
Yeah, I mean, they thought they had Drowsy out. Drowsy was pushed up very far, almost with a tier 2 in Soul Lane. But the Magi's, the Beads, the CC Immuno, all able to just let him delay until my team is here. We have Odin Cage. Diamond Caffrey, please do not die to this. We have Odin Cage. We can win this fight no matter what it is, especially because they are on the far side of the Soul Lane, which means that the Giannis cannot get out without getting Phantom Shelled. Mini can't dash out easily. And that's exactly what happened. Huge Odin Cage coming out, forcing so much, and then just the damage from Reiku. I mean, look, he's 31k. He has 31k, 7k above the next highest, and he has 14,000 over his lane opponent.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, Giannis is, always fairly considered to be a quote-unquote low damage made. Doing more burst damage to squishies rather than sustained take damage to all parties involved. There's definitely more AoE on the side of Merlin. As we say, the Primal Fury does go down easy peasy to decide if using Tanukis to extend their lead to about 6,000 gold. But on the exactly 6,000. Hey, you know what? It helps to teach math some days. Anyway, So they're going to be barreling down the left side. Enhanced Fire Giant buff on the side of all 5 members. They're going to be looking to push this Phoenix. Oh, a beautiful 3-man taunt. Is it going to be enough? Unfortunately, nobody falls from it. Diamond Cap is very low. Death Buff is good. Mr. Sneaky gets a kill. Gerbo is in the middle. Cavalry Charge is down. Is about half HP. Oh, they're going to try and do their best. Drowsy blinks in. Damage is good onto Helenu. The Aegis is good, but he's tossed back into the team. The Aegis, unfortunately, is not good enough. It is a 4v3, but the 3 members have an enhanced Fire Giant. Actually, just kidding. It's a 3v3. Expert is brought very low. Reiku's in the middle, just trying to get some damage out. Expert jumps in. This is definitely a loss fight. They're just going to look to cut their losses and get out. They do get a Phoenix for their trouble. I think once the Phoenix got out... Oh, actually, just kidding. Push Poseidon does have to feed to get through the rip side. Is brought low. There's a cavalry charge in. Is going to be stunned out, taken out, and sent back to base. Push Poseidon, unfortunately, falls again. I don't even know if that was a good defense or not. I mean, they lost the Phoenix, but they did get EFG off of 4 members of the Flaming Tanukis.
Yeah, it's a good defense overall, just not a good siege defense. I just think an overextension from the Flaming Tanukis staying after you get that Phoenix is a why question. This is going to be a very interesting fight. Odin does have Cage, and Athena does have Defender of Olympus.
Oh, another beautiful taunt out here from Diamond Cat. Mini competent a rock in a hard place. Just not. He's going to get dunked on by Defender of Olympus. And Drowsy and Expert are going to be running down. Gerbear is brought to about half HP. The stun is... Sorry, I apologize. The taunt is good, and Mr. Sneaky goes in. The Regurgitate is used. He's stunned out by the Expert. Helenu does pick up Drowsy with the through space in time. Beautiful snipe out there. And they're gonna trade out 1 for 1. Mini for Drowsy, and then they're gonna keep going. They're gonna keep going back to farm their camps as Fire Giant respawns in about 20 or so seconds.
Yeah, I think they respawn, get full health, get wards, and then you're gonna see them try and regroup for this fire fight. Fire does fall to the Flaming Tanukis. Not the worst thing in the world, although this will definitely help their siege if they do get this enhanced, their siege, because it didn't look pretty last time. Again, this is the problem with having the Martigarus in the ADC role is you just can't, you're not going to shred as fast as them. Don't get hit by them. Plus Poseidon gets hit by the Fire Giant as it spawns, does that little walk, he gets hit by it. It doesn't take too much damage, he'll be able to heal it up. But you don't have the pen or the attack speed that a normal hunter would, so these structures aren't going to go down as fast. It helps your siege defense, but your siege offense is severely limited, especially now when you don't have that Baka to supplement it now.
Oh, well, we're gonna be seeing the Fire Giant dance as we normally see. Turbo, interestingly, not picking up the blue buff, but I mean it's kind of late game. They didn't really need the blue buff point, but we are going to see Odin is standing or directly next to the Fire Giant in that little bush. Unfortunately, we can't see it. I don't know if it's a spectator thing or if there's a setting or something. I'm not quite sure. But Odin is invisible to us, even though he is standing directly in that bush. Oh, it should be closer. Got it. Anyway, so Expert's sitting there waiting, laying in wait for the enemy team. But gets stunned out, gets seen by Gerbear. And looks like they want to push for this fight here. Helenu really trying to do some poke damage. I would like to see Helenu kind of on the side here, trying to do some extra bonus damage, but oh, the Rivers of Youth just keeps everybody in. Is there a few space and time to follow it up? There is. Oh, it's Reiku gets absolutely obliterated. Gerbo in the back, Sneaky gets taken down, but unfortunately, is it going to be enough? We don't know. Helenu doing a bunch of damage. Oh, Gerbo possibly gets taken out here. He's brought very low. They're on a wild goose chase, and the goose has no, I don't even know where I was going with that. The goose is dead.
Left Phoenix does fall again for the Jesters, by the way. It spawns, and then it fell again because no one was able to back in time. Sneaky was, I don't know if he knew he was caught out, but they had him red like a poke that entire time. So they knew that beautiful disengage call from the Tanukis the second that they knew Sneaky was approaching. Jesters try to get the setup that they were looking for with that River's Rebuke, just I think slightly off the mark. He didn't get the full way into Fire Giant. Sneaky gets deleted by Raikou. Raikou, beautiful use of his beads and Aegis to immune everything that Gerbo was throwing at him in the fight cleanly, and now they're going to be pushing down, looking to end.
Well, there's an enhanced Fire Giant on 5 members. They're doing a 4-1 split. Drowsy's over in the... Actually, he's rotating over. They have a full 5v4 fight. Just kidding. Drowsy's going over to farm, and they're walking away. Interesting.
Yeah. Very interesting. I maybe wanting... Diamond Crafty, I believe this is going to be picked up with Emp's armor as his last item, so they probably really wanted this Emp's. Yeah, they really wanted that Emp first. Interested when you have enhanced, but I can understand, as the breastplate of regrowth was sold by the Odin, by the way, and instead picking up the Midgard mail. I can understand it if you want to finish up these items, get these last spots, but it does look like the Jesters are grouping up. I don't imagine them wanting to take this fight now. I think they were looking to see if they were. I just don't know. Is Emperor's worth not taking the 5v4? Maybe just placing a bomb on it and seeing if you get that right Phoenix. We're gonna find out on this siege offense from the Tanukis if this Emperor's is worth it.
We will see it. Oh, sorry, did not mean to interrupt you. I was just about to say it. Just under 90 seconds left on this enhanced Fire Giant buff. They are barreling down the mid lane, looking towards this Phoenix. We'll see if the Royal Jesters have a good enough defense to stop it. Mr. C is in the back. Unfortunately for him, though, he is on a sentry ward, and he's going to be spotted out. Does go around. They might turn around. Gerbo is good. Plus Poseidon gets sniped. Oh, my Lord. Raiku's dead, too. Their backline is gone. Mr. Sneaky gets another kill. The Expert is trying to just run for their life, and does end up making it out. They defended it.
Yeah.
Oh,
no.
Helena gets the kill on the backside because Expert decided to lazy back. They're gonna run it up mid. They're gonna win the game.
Yeah, that's a really tough thing. Wait, is Diamond Kefir gonna go for the base race with this with the Superman minions?
Oh no, I don't think so.
No, the minions are dead.
Yeah.
This should just be game. This should just be
yes.
game for the Jesters. Wow.
Oh my Lord, Royal Jesters
Snipe from Milano.
bring the set up to 2-0. The 6-6 and 12 does not do it justice. The damage was good, but the snipes were better. 27 KB damned. Helena and the Royal Jesters take the game to game 3, up 2-0 in the set, looking primed to win this finals. I don't know. They 3-0'd Ice Age. They're up 2-0. Who knows? But on the flip side, Flaming Tanukis is indeed known for reverse sweeping, because that did happen last week, so you never know what might happen.
You've been on my way since day one. I wait every day since summer. Babe, the only thing in me saying, only thing regretting is losing you. I'd rather be since day one. I did it all not too wrong. But in every goddamn racing, I found a demon inside my mind. So baby, now we up. Yeah, we're making everything and we gone. And every time we did the old dry nights, you cut and say no more. Only chiva. Never meant to say sorry. Si prefieres llámame cuando quieres just call me. Si me ves, con que no te está vibrando el móvil. Si te vas un retorno, tú cambiaste el entorno. Do you wanna return now? What you want, what you need from me. Que me falta por decir, piensa dímelo a mí. Yo no sé nada de ti. What you want, what you need from me. Dime nada que decir. So now let's say I'm about to blow up. Say I'm about to blow up.
Welcome back, Camelot fans. It is time for game number 3. My name is Phoenix. I am joined by our very dear friend, Things Go Boom, and also Wolfie on the cameras. Back for game 3. Bands are being sprinted through right now. Boom. What's the state of the game right now?
What's the state of the game? The Hurt got through is the biggest thing I could tell you right now. They banned out the Odin. They did not like the Odin at all. Expert did a fantastic job on it. And they seem to just
Our
oh my
deed
god,
shall
these
be
teams know what they
written
want to
in
play.
legend.
They seem to
This is
just
one
want
tale
to give it
you
up.
don't want to chase,
Instead, they
darling.
take the Guan, even though Herc was available.
Say
Take the
my
Serket, which
name
I think
3
the Drowsy
times
looked really
fast,
good on,
and
so
I'll
I'm not
punch you in
surprised
the
at all.
face.
And in response, Jerbo takes the Herc that they probably wanted anyway.
That's crazy. The Hachiman locked in number 1. I mean, it's won them 2 games so far. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. If they're not willing to ban it, just keep picking it again. I'm not really sure if Puss Poseidon would be taking the Hachiman away necessarily. I'm not too familiar with his ADC god pool because I believe he has been playing solo for this team for a little bit. So not quite sure on that, but we do see a lock in. The Baba Yaga is locked in for Jerbear.
Tremble beneath the waves.
We're switching things around.
Yeah, I mean, Expert going the Guan when he has been going the Tyr, the Odin, so a somewhat different playstyle where you want to be a little bit more peel heavy, but it's not like you can't go in on this Guan. Emoji getting locked in. The Tanukis had a game 1, Jesters had a game 2. It looked good in both sets, both matches. Baba though was banned out second phase both times, so they want to get ahead of that. They want to get the Baba this time. An extremely good pick. Might be the best mid laner right now, even above someone like Merlin, just because you have the survivability of the ultimate. You have the stacking potential of just building prophetic and just getting it stacked up immediately, which is a lot of protections. Just get even more survivability. And honestly, the random nation of Baba just makes me mad.
So this is the first game where Marty Chorus is not being picked up by Puss Poseidon. It is banned away finally in game 3. So we will be seeing Puss Poseidon on a different god. The bans are locked in, and as we say that, the pick
I
does
have come to
end
cover
up
this
coming
land in
in.
darkness.
It is indeed a Chernobog locked in. Some global presence over on the side of Puss Poseidon, which honestly, with how he's been playing, I love it.
Yeah, I was at the 100. I was like, I don't hate this. He's split pushing a lot. I really don't disagree with this pick. It just here split push better, and then you can split push even better because now you can get to the team fight, or even if you don't want to get to the team fight with the ult, you just go up in the air, and then guess what? They're slowed. The enemy's slowed, and we can get away with our insane healing, insane comp. I'm half convinced, by the way, that Expert did go this Guan because he only has one build in mind, and he wants the breastplate of Regrowth to actually get value this time.
That is, hey, there's always a time for it, but they were toying with my heart. There was a Zeus hovered, but unfortunately, the Zeus has not been locked in. It makes me sad. An interesting switch up. There is an Aphrodite support for Jerbear.
Yeah, very different when he went. He's gone before. He did go the Nox. He did go the Yamoja. So instead of a more CC heavy support, a more support based on the survivability of your backline. What I can say is Baba is going to be tanky, extremely so. Especially
That
if
may
Afro
be
is
your
on. Because
undoing.
again, I imagine you do see the prophetic come out. Probably third item for this Baba. All that's left is mid lane for the Tanukis. Cleo locked in for the Jesters.
Cleo's interesting. It's definitely a departure from the Serket Bakasura kind of run around auto attack characters we've been seeing. I haven't seen a lot of Cleo recently. Definitely it's kind of a little bit fallen out of favor, but kind of more of as a comfort pick, if you will. I mean, granted, you're up 2-0. If there's a time to test things, this is the game.
Things. I mean, yeah, I guess, right? See if this works. But I mean, okay, it's gonna be nice. I would like the Clio has
Time to burn.
it get into walls, extremely good. Yeah, it's a really good ability, especially on this map because of how many walls there are. You can just constantly stay hidden. The silence is gonna be good. I just don't like it into the Serket. I don't think it does very well into the Serket. The Serket should win this jungle 1v1 pretty easily, and I think if it's that seems to be what both jungles want. Both jungles just want to go head to head, and whichever one is doing better usually is winning their team the game. We saw it last time with Drowsy getting the better end of Sneaky in game 2. Sneaky did the better end of Drowsy game 1. I'm leaning towards Drowsy here in this jungle 1v1.
All right. Well, we'll be getting into games soon, but team comps looking very good. I think, but I honestly, this is one of the many games that we see that we think that honestly, I say both teams are happy with the draft. I think that Royal Jesters are definitely happy. I mean, they picked up the Aphrodite fairly late, so they're definitely looking towards seeing that difference. I mean, Afro Hercules, that is something that I would not want to fight against as a mid laner personally. Just running around with extra, because Afro does give extra movement speed as well, right? I'm not quite
Yes, Afro Kiss gives, I believe, 10% movement speed, somewhere around that mark. It's not above 15, and it's not as low as 5. Somewhere in that 5 to 15 range is what she gives. But
it is 6 to 14% based on level.
6 to 14%. Okay, I did say it wasn't higher than 15, so got me there. Yeah, just I think both teams are happy. You have two out there picks, I guess, with the Chernobog and the Clio. I think that they're both very happy with these. I think it's going to fit the play styles a lot of these two players. It's just how are they going to fit into these overall team compositions. Minis loves this Hachi. He's going to run it until they take it away from him. And I don't think the Flaming Tanukis, I'm not hating that he gets the Hachi either, is the thing. I don't think he's looked really good on it, don't get me wrong, right? But every ADC does the same thing. If they all M1, it's just a matter of some M1 better than others. And Hachi right now, M1's the best.
Yeah, that is very true. So we are going to see when we get into game very shortly what's going to be happening in this game. Looking at both team comps, I think we're going to have a very good game. Game should be starting very soon. I really want to see what this Clio does up in the matchup against the Serket. I mean, the Serket's kind of been a very priority pick over the course of this entire set. I mean, the Serket almost won game 1, or sorry, almost won game 2 as well. They just kind of, there was a little bit of a toss at the end, if you will, from the side of the Flaming Tanukis. So
a very nice snipe.
Looking, yes, that is true. There was a very nice snipe, but unfortunately for the Flaming Tanukis, it did not result in a win. But they're looking towards taking it back and bringing the series to 2-1.
Yeah, interesting. Coming out from this Baba going Vamp Shroud.
Actually, you don't see that very often.
It gives protections. I imagine you get the Sacrificial, which gives 55 Fizz protections. If you go the Prophetic as well, that's an additional 50 as well, plus an Aphrodite support on you. You're looking at probably 200 protections as this Baba Yaga, which is nice. I like it.
That is a lot. But we'll see standard starts coming out here for all parties involved. Kind of the same as usual. You have a little bit of a different start here. Oh, beautiful potion out there from Helenu. Could sit onto both, but unfortunately we're still in the poke damage stage. Not what damage is enough to really kill very often.
Terrific off the dual lane as it does.
Low. Oh, Poseidon dives in, but it's just not quite enough. The heals are just too good. Bear Bear keeping Mini alive with the shell and with the healing. As you say that, Mr. Stinky down for some poke, but Drowsy is in. Mr. Stinky is 3. Drowsy is not. The stun is good, but unfortunately the Death Bane is not enough. Drowsy's so low. Oh, he gets taken out first blood over to Mr. Sneaky.
That's the difference of being level 3 and level 2. If Drowsy has that extra ability, even that extra damage, maybe just putting an extra point into that one or Cobra's Kiss, I think you see that going a completely different way. Sneaky is coming over to Expert to get another gank going.
Looks like Expert is going to be dead. Sneaky picks up another kill. 2 early kills on Mr. Sneaky 4 is not something you want to see if you are the Flaming Tanukis, especially on a very much snowballing character like the Cleo.
Yeah,
it's looking good.
I mean, we were wondering about it. Is this a comfort pick? Is this just something you try now? It seems to be a comfort pick from Sneaky, coming out 2 clean kills. He's going to be able to back it anytime and at least get tier 2 Transcendence. If he stays out a decent bit, just get that trans so much faster than Drowsy will be able to get up for.
Well, everything else is fairly stock standard. I mean, we have seen a lot of action over the right side of the map. Left side, just doing their thing. Royal Jesters going to be taking the shield buff as well, extending their lead to about 700 or so.
Up 800.
Yeah, I was almost there.
Yeah, he didn't count. It was 798. I was right.
All right, so so far so good for these teams. I mean,
well, Tanukis definitely aren't getting off to the start that they want. Jesters, yeah, this is exactly what you were. You're like, yeah, and we planned this as well. And extremely snowballing god, as you stated with the Cleo, and getting kills onto a Herc plus Baba is just an insane thing to have. Really, the sooner this Baba gets items online, the sooner she starts able to be chunking and just one-shotting.
I agree. We are hit with the stasis mode, unfortunately.
Yeah, stasis mode comes for us all.
Stasis mode is unfortunately the way it has to be, but we are back, so we're good. Oh, some decent poke damage on the Helenu.
Yeah, I'm.
Yep.
What does this Agni have to make? He hasn't back yet. Really good poke.
Very good stuns out. I did not think his stun was going to be back up, but I guess with the 10% cooldown, it is up faster than I think it is. It definitely seems faster when you're spectating, to be honest.
Sometimes I don't even know that ults are back up when I'm like playing the game, and like it's just wild. It's nice to have an overhead view.
That is true. My favorite comment when I'm playing is, he just used it, and well, if the ult is a 60-second cooldown, and it took me 45 seconds to walk back to my lane, then that kind of makes sense, doesn't it? But Mr. Sneaky's in the wall, possibly looking for a gank here. Is level 6, so does have access to, I was just going to call it Empty the Crypts. That is not the name of that ability. I just brain farted. Cleo is fine for now. Anyway, they don't know Mr. Sneaky's here, but he does have to pop on the wall. He is going to go off elsewhere, but I don't know. Drowsy's here. The taunt is good. The ultimates are both used to secure the shield buff, and Drowsy gets away.
So much damage now. That 2 hit like a truck.
It did.
Yeah, they see the Transcendence not picked up for Sneaky. Just couldn't get exactly what he was looking for in that gank. Jester or Tanuki's playing very, very safe, very intelligently. As you do have a safer dual lane, like Chernobog's, you know, an extremely safe character. Just kind of wants to sit there. This is a 2v2.
It is a 2v2. Oh, that's a lot of damage under Drowsy, but does not have an ultimate available, does not have Tearing the Veil available. Yes, I did go look it up mid-cast. Tough.
I love Poseidon is 1 right now. I don't know what happened. I think it was mini ulted is what I assume happened. You saw mini ult. This is a volatile game. Usually game 3 elimination style games, you just see team, like, especially, you see teams slow down. Because one team is on the edge of, defeat, of their season ending. And the other one wants to play the way that they've been playing the entire set. But Jesters just don't. Apparently, they just completely flip the script. They're like, no, we're going to go more aggressive than we ever have with a completely new comp. We've only played one of these gods the entire set, and we're going to just make it look easy. Already 1,000, 1,200 gold lead. Rising from this at the 6-minute mark is just feels nice if you're the Jesters.
It does indeed feel nice. With Mini and Gerber are wanting to just fight, and there's a beautiful Rivers of Youth does lock in too. Is it quite enough? Mini is able to dash out. Gerber trying to use the back off just to get away, but the Riptide is good. The heals are pretty good too. Drowsy gets the last breath. Is he able to find the Death Bane for the kill? No, but the modern archery is even better. Mr. Sneaky comes in and he picks up another kill. Mini wants to look for Poseidon. Unfortunately, the range is just not quite enough. But here comes Mr. Sneaky. He's in the wall. They don't even know he's here. And he takes out Poseidon as well. Oh my lord, another kill. 3 kills for Mr. Sneaky, 1 kill for Mini. If you are the Flaming Tanukis, you need to reevaluate where you're going in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. You just need to take a deep breath. Sneaky is going to be converged on by Raikou here, though. Does he get this kill? He got him. He came going to the wall. Bomb isn't enough.
Oh, Poseidon lands it. Does he get another auto? Dashes out. He does get the shutdown. Shutdown over to Poseidon. Finally, Mr. Sneaky falls. I'm sure the Flaming Tanukis are breathing a sigh of relief that says, oh, thank God I'm not going to have to deal with the Cleo in the wall for at least another 10 seconds.
Yeah, I think that was 700 gold swing plus an entire... I think that's a level and a half because he just hit level 8. I would assume an entire level and a half going over to Poseidon, though, completely just getting him back into this game right now.
Gerber looks to be posturing aggressively here, but Poseidon is, even though he's level 8, is still behind Mini. Mini's looking to go in here. The dash is good. The stun is even better. Yamoja has to use multiple Riptides just to get out. Autos are not good, unfortunately, and they move back towards the Gold Fury. Mr. Sneaky has started it, and they look to be just going for it.
Yeah, Cleo trend is very impressive. Diamond Cutter does know this is happening. Let's see if he can get the one off.
Well, Justice does secure it. Agni in the back. Raikou trying his best. Mr. Sneaky's very low. Does end up getting out. Gerber caught very low as well. Mini, the mounted archery is good. Lots and lots of damage. Gerber takes out Raikou and it's still alive. Plus Poseidon is taken out by Helenu's jump. Drowsy's going in as well. Mr. Sneaky doing as much damage as physically possible. Last breath is going to be good, but oh my god, it's not good enough. Mini takes out Drowsy. There's a surrender vote that is started. I'm sure that's not actually true. Somebody's tilted, but oh boy, what a fight for Rose Jesters.
Yeah, an insanely tough fight to come back from. You saw the surrender vote started. Gotta get your mentals reset. It was a really good Gold Fury call for the Jesters. Obviously, you have both ults from Sneaky come out and just absolutely shred it. Diamond Kefri coming in was fine. It just seemed like the Tanukis wanted to force something. They wanted to get something out of that. You saw Sneaky low, and you really wanted to get that kill. So you just keep conveyor belting in, and it just never materialized into anything except 4 people dying on your side of things.
And the Gold Fury goes over. We're now dealing with a 4,000 gold lead in 10 minutes. 8 kills are 8-1. Royal Jesters are just pushing and pushing. It's going to take a lot for Tanukis to come back, not just gold-wise and experience-wise, but just mental-wise. To just take a deep breath, realize that... Oh, Drowsy.
No.
Oh Oh no, but oh, the Living Nightmare does come in. To archery enough to get it out. Minnie is able to escape with their life. Is that Living Nightmare?
I like it. We're going to call it that anyway. That's the new name.
Pyromancer brought very, very low. Oh, this might just go over to Flaming Tanukis. Oh, Royal Jesters do secure it. Expert doing as much damage to Tanukis as possible. The Undying Love is good. The bomb's over the wall. But Helena with the beautiful ultimate. Sorry, I had to swallow my something. I don't know. I don't know where that was. They're still fighting. Okay. They're done with the fight. Looks like maybe Sneaky's going to look for something. No. The fight is over.
You're getting chased all the way down to the solo tier 1. I don't know what stole that. What stole the Pyromancer, or I guess secured it rather. That's going to be the tier 1 down in mid. I think that's a really good use of the bomb, just making it so unsafe for Raikou to play in this mid lane just extremely early. You don't have the damage to take it down super early. You see 5 chests spawn on the Tanuki side of the jungle.
Oh.
Comeback mechanic, recently added, I think, in 10.30?
I
Wanna
believe
guess?
so.
Yeah, Season of Hope. It got added in the Season of Hope.
Yes.
And it's gonna help somewhat, but it's not a be-all, end-all.
It is not 5,000
Yeah, it's not 5,000 gold.
worth of gold. Yes.
No,
Oh, Turbo almost very, very low. Oh, Mountain Archery is good, but unfortunately a beautiful Riptide just sticks Minnie in between a rock and a hard place. Trades out ADC for ADC. Mr. Sneaky tosses the tower down and looks to push even further.
good trade if you're the Tanukis. Any trade is a good trade if you're the Tanukis. You will take that. Thank you very much. A 3-0-4 Pachimon for a 1-3 when he died Chernobog, or 1-2 when he died Chernobog. I'm happy with that. Right now, Tanukis just, you need a farm. Take what you can. Don't overextend for it though. You don't want to give up. You still have a very good siege defense going into this. You still have Agony who can just constantly stun if you do get to that point, but just deep breaths, get online, try to just don't give up hope now.
Well, unfortunately, the Season of Hope seems to have passed, but hopefully the Tanukis can bring that back and come back into this game. The ultimate is used to help secure the primary fury. Diamond kept. He does toss the Rivers of Butte to look for a potential steal. Actually, they just they leash it back, but they do end up going for it. Now that Gerbo is here to fully zone, they can just take the Primal Fury for free, and then hopefully walk over to the objective.
Too early to take a fire. You basically have every single tier 1 on the map, and Stasis Mode is going to get us yet again. This darn thing. When I find him. When I find Stasis, I'm going to get him, I'll tell you what. But too early to take a fire giant. Right side of the map, you really can't. It's not that you can't do anything with. They just haven't looked at it yet. You do see the prophetic come out from this Baba. This is a dangerous game of just spiraling out of control. The question of the Tanukis is, where do you go for? I think you play through Expert here, because he's a level up. He's gonna get his magical defense now, so he at least can tank both Halanu and Mini now. That's what you got to play off of. This Pyromancer, look for Expert to rotate in. Maybe all be there this time when it does happen, and just get something. Get a pick, even if it costs you 2 people. Getting a pick would be so huge, especially on someone like Drowsy.
I agree. They just need, honestly, with both of these teams, once they get one singular opening, they are more than happy to just start running everybody else down, especially with the way their team comps look. I mean, Mr. Sneaky has shown that they are willing to just absolutely hold the W key and murder as many people of the enemy team as possible.
Yeah, Sneaky's just been. I listen. I'm not gonna lie to you. I doubted in the back of my mind this Cleo pick. I was like, I don't know how this is gonna go. he's shown me wrong. I didn't even say it because I didn't want to look like a fool, but I'm telling you now because I am a fool. That he completely has just rolled with this. Now, Sneaky, all I ask is because I know I still have the highest kills in a match for Camelot, I believe, unless a Lance player outdid me. Arthur only had 20. I had 23. Please, Sneaky,
Lord.
don't beat me. I need this. I did it on Cleo as well, so it wouldn't be as bad if he took it. But please don't take this.
But you definitely want to hold your crown at least as long as possible.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, it was.
Looking at the state of the game, right? We are about the Royal Jesters about 6,000 gold ahead. Besides taking your breath,
What can the Tanukis do?
can Tanukis take an objective?
No, you can't pull an objective. You can't take an objective. You can steal an objective, and if they are on the other side of the map sieging a tier 2, you can maybe if it's up at that time, take that objective. So if they're on left tier 2, you could probably take Pyro. But even at this point in the game, if the Royal Jesters all went to the left tier 2 right now, I just said we're getting this. I don't know if the Tanukis have enough damage. If even one person came over, say Sneaky came over, I wouldn't trust it. It's just so dangerous, and that's such a it's such a hard mindset to get into. But take back camps, take farms, see if you can't get a tier 1 tower before trying to get an objective or like these pyros, these golds. I would say.
Huh. Well, sorry, brain shorted out for a hot second.
My brain always shorts out. You're fine.
I'm trying to also figure. Oh my lord. Okay. I apologize. I'm getting DMs from SEC things telling me that I'm still online on things that I'm like, I don't know how I'm still online. My OBS isn't open, and then I just got the never mind wrong person. So we're good.
He's just flexing on us, everybody. Everybody in Camelot chat, he's trying to flex on you. Don't let him. Everybody DM him at once now.
No.
Stating that he shouldn't flex on us.
I'm already distracted enough. No. I was just confused and I'm like, I don't have anything open. I'm just watching Discord. Anyway, so unfortunately, with the stasis that we are currently in right now, we're about 14 minutes in, 9-2, 41k to 35k. It's looking good for the Royal Jesters, but we'll have to see what happens. About 5,000 of a difference in both XP and gold. But what we can do right now is let's toss it to a quick break while we wait for some technical difficulties, and we'll be right back.
Is life even worth living? And all that I see is gray. Should I keep on breathing? Or fall in a deep dark space? They say things get better. Just hold your time and pray. But it feels like I'm waiting forever. I'm ready to end this pain. Close my eyes and fade away. Fade away. losing me for years. Now they're telling me their fears. I shouldn't be trusted. I'm looking in the mirror, I'm disgusted. All the voices in my head saying fuck this, fuck this.
que ofrecer. Tiene tanto que ofrecer.
We're on our knees now, I'm screaming out loud. take me up to heaven. Yeah, she got me reaching still. Nothing to stop me falling. Who knew that looks could kill? I don't wonder why I'm breathing heavy like the weight of it's on my chest, cause it ain't no lie, I need it more than any metaphor could express. If looks can't kill, maybe I like tomorrow, but I'll be reaching still, cause it's a feeling I can't let go. If looks can't kill, then maybe I like tomorrow. One foot on the ladder. Yeah, you know she got me climbing still. Nothing to stop me falling. Oh, who knew that looks could kill? I don't wonder why I'm breathing heavy like the weight of it's on my chest, cause it ain't no lie, I need it more than any metaphor could express. If looks can't kill, maybe I like tomorrow, but I'll be reaching still, cause it's a feeling I can't let go. If looks can't kill, then maybe I like tomorrow.
I wake up kicking myself. Exhale cause I heard it helps. But same old way I felt, resting on my shoulders. Cold night in a sleepless bed. White eyes with a glaze of red. I'm going round and round. It won't let me out. Sing when I swim, I'm drowning in. I sing when I swim from the pressure in my.
drowning deep. Where is the water taking me? Trying hard, bittersweet. Cabin fever's pulling me. I want to hold on to something greater. I feel the waves come crashing in. I'm drowning, drowning, drowning. Drowning, drowning, drowning. Drowning, 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 colors draw me, gravity to the bottom of the sea. Making waves, I'm making waves to leave this place. I'm drowning, drowning, drowning. Drowning, drowning, drowning. Drowning, 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 drowning,
Should I ever tell them how I really feel? Should I ever tell them how I really feel? Should I ever tell them how I really feel? Should I ever tell them how I really feel? Should I ever tell them how I really feel?
invite me to my own presence.
Down with a sinking ship.
All right. Unfortunately for everyone, stasis mode struck again. We tried. We hit back at 13 minutes into the game, and unfortunately, we got stuck in stasis mode again. So, unfortunately, due to technical difficulties, we do have to announce that Royal Jesters have won Arthur Division Finals 3-0.
A great season from these guys coming in. 4 out of 5 of the top role stars. I think Jerbear might have been the only one to not get one, and he played phenomenal today anyway. So honestly, maybe just give him one anyway. Great season also coming in from the Tanukis. You guys did fantastic. 81 regular season, coming into finals. Don't let this get you down. You guys still all played fantastic. A little bit of schedule diff got you guys. It's unfortunate.
All right, well, that is a set. Unfortunately, it had to end this way. Well, fortunately for Royal Jesters, it did end this way, but some things to look forward to. I believe, as I forget if it was Jordan or Vivi, posted that the fantasy bracket results will be posted, I believe, tomorrow after all of the finals have been finished, or maybe it's today. I'm not quite sure. So you can look forward to that. But that is going to be all from us here at Camelot from our Arthur Division finals. Congratulations to the Royal Jesters. It has been a very good run, a very good season. This has been Phoenix with Things Go Boom and Wolfie on the cameras and the production. This has been a wonderful cast, and we shall see you again next season.
Went down with us. Nothing could have prepared